All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Wednesday, April 23rd edition of the Hall of Famers. Mason and Ireland are here. Greg Bergman in that third chair. And what a night last night at Crypto.com Arena. Let's hear just a taste of Ireland's play-by-play on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA Lakers Radio Network.
Luka dribbles by. Naz Reid got to the rim, and he throws it away. Here comes Minnesota. Look out. Here's Ant-Man. LeBron stole it. LeBron down the middle. LeBron all the way to the rim and in. Huge play by LeBron. 92-81 Lakers.
Lakers win, tie up the series 1-1 with the Timberwolves. We'll talk about what's ahead for Game 3 and the trip to Minnesota. Meanwhile, Game 2 tonight at Crypto.com Arena as our LA Kings battle those stinking scumbag Edmonton Oilers. You'll hear coverage starting at 6:30 p.m. right here on 710 ESPN and crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Go Kings, go. What a Wednesday afternoon it is. Mason and Ireland with Bergie. Your Wednesday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon. Hey, look, we got a real series. We don't have to worry about being down 0-2. Lakers win a rock fight last night at Crypto.com
Crazy game.
They were a different team from game one. Came out with fight, came out with intensity, came out with focus. They were a team that realized their backs were against the wall, and this was a critical game, and they played hard, particularly on defense, all night long.
And they used their fouls, which I thought was really smart.
Yep.
And I just love the urgency that they played with.
Yes.
I love JJ getting into him. I love the fact that Austin Reeves didn't back down from Naz Reid when he came at him, and I think we've now got a real series that I think is going 7. Maybe one team takes control when we go to Minnesota tomorrow, but I can see a split in Minnesota, and then the last 3 games decide it.
What you said about JJ. What you said about it's still possible.
Still possible.
What you said about JJ was the complete turning point for me.
Yeah.
It was the third quarter, I think.
Yep.
They were up by 11,
right.
And JJ just lost his mind.
All right, so here's what JJ said during the game. He flies out of his chair and he says, "Jesus effing Christ, what the F are you guys doing?" And after the game, I mean, he was hot and he was screaming at Dorian Finney-Smith, which is one of his favorite players. After the game, JJ said, "No big deal, just coaching."
Not frustration, just coaching. I think when we were organized in the right spots, we ran some good stuff, and frankly, yeah, I thought we missed some open threes. AR got some great looks. So I mean, other than just a couple kind of disorganized plays. We played good offense tonight, and I just there was you as a coach, you can see it coming when the other side of that is on the horizon, and it was building, and just wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page.
To follow up on that, Alan Hahn was on the Get Up show this morning on ESPN. Here's what he said about JJ.
JJ Redick was the star of this game. This was not a game that you can look at Luka's numbers, and you can certainly look at LeBron and what the Lakers did to win this game. But this was a JJ Redick game, and here's why. Because, number one, he didn't have his team ready in game one. So in game two, he did. They got to go through a great start, then it started to slip. Right here is in the third quarter where it got cut to 11. The lead was cut to 11. He calls a timeout, bangs a timeout, and starts giving it to his team. Walks away, then goes to the huddle and starts giving it to them more, firing them back up. Anthony Edwards says this was the turning point of the game because they had cut it to 11. They felt like they were stealing momentum. He calls that timeout to get his team refocused, and they went on a 7-0 run at that point and took back control of the game. Third quarter, you could say there was way more. How could that be the turning point? It was a mental moment.
Mental moment. It was a great night for JJ Redick.
And I think that most of the rest of the games are going to be more like game two than game one. I think both teams are going to be physical and grabbing and holding. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an ejection at some point in this series.
Got very chippy. Last night, Jaden McDaniels tripped Luka at one point. Luka went down like a bag of rocks. Really hit the floor hard. There was a lot of back and forth and a lot of absolutely spectacular defense on the part of the Lakers, really doing a physical job on Minnesota.
Go ahead, Greg.
The physicality in that game was something that we haven't seen from the Lakers, and obviously in game one. But that is because of JJ. I think Alan Hahn was 1,000% correct because what he did was get these guys ready and really. I haven't seen a coach do this with the Lakers since what? Pat Riley.
Phil would do it occasionally, but not very often. He would poke Pau Gasol in the chest and yell at him and do all that stuff. But to give you guys some perspective, game 3 is Friday night. Take a guess, in a series, 7-game series that's tied 1-1, how often does the winner of game 3 go on to win the series?
Oh, yeah, it's probably 60%.
What do you think, Greg?
72.
Wow, you just need to go on The Price is Right. 73%.
73%. So big.
So it's a big game on Friday. I mean, I'm expecting a split in Minnesota. So I wouldn't freak out if the Lakers lost on Friday because then they come back. And by the way, this is a weird weekend, especially for playoff series. Normally, when we go into a new town for a playoff series, we're there for 4 or 5 days. We fly tomorrow during the day. We play Friday night and Sunday day. We'll be home by 8:30 Sunday night.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be a pretty quick turnaround. And then, Mace, game 5 is not until Wednesday.
So big break again. The schedule's so uneven right now.
Then it's every other day.
By the way,
first round is always that way. First round because everybody's playing and they try as hard as they can. Greg, I was thinking about you last night because Mason and I always say that October is the best sports month, and it is because everything's going on. I think end of April, beginning of May is second best.
It's really good.
Like
great.
Last night, the Dodgers had an insane game.
It was amazing.
And Greg and I were here kind of watching the Dodger game, waiting for the Laker game to start, and then we had to go.
Yep.
Greg went to the game, and I went to the game. The Dodger game is 11-10, wind blowing out at Wrigley Field. The Lakers are playing in a must-win game tonight. The Kings are playing in a big game. The Clippers are playing. I mean, it's great.
By the way, Friday.
This is amazing.
Lakers, Minnesota, game 1 at 6:30.
Okay.
Kings, Edmonton, game 3 at 7.
So, Greg, that'll be in the app?
Yep.
Okay.
Pirates, Dodgers, Yamamoto versus Skeens, Friday night, 7:10 p.m.
It's a 3 TV night.
That is a night right there.
I was sitting behind you at the game, so I was sitting next to Beto, and you know that they have those TVs. I changed the channel to the Dodger game.
Well, I don't blame
watching
you.
that.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah, it's tough to keep track of everything, but the atmosphere last night was great. By the way, okay, so Brian's here, Laura's here, Greg's here. Let's each state our case, but I think you owe me $10,000.
You want to go first?
You want to go first, or should I go first?
Why don't you lay it out?
Okay.
Yeah, lay it out.
Mason bet me he would not leave a game early Last night, he punted on the game entirely.
Right,
You didn't
3:15.
go, which I say is not showing up. I win. What do you think?
Well, no, the idea it's not showing up. It was leaving early. I couldn't leave early because I wasn't there, and I
Right.
didn't go to the
But
game. How could I possibly leave
I
early?
would argue what the bet is about. The spirit of the bet is that you prioritize almost anything else above the game. And you did it last night. You had a point. Juan could have handled the plumbing problem.
No, it's a complicated situation.
Okay, so Laura, Brian, and Greg will decide. Greg, do I have a case? Does Mason have a case? You get one vote. Brian gets one vote. Laura gets one vote.
So I think you both have a case. However, I am fully on board with the Ireland side, and you owe him $10K. By you not going, that's you not arriving, and that means you left early. You left the show.
I didn't. How can you leave early when you're not there?
Because you punted on the game.
You didn't go, so therefore you lose.
I see your side of it too, Brian.
He does have a side.
Brian, how do you vote?
On this take, I'm fully on Mason's side here. He didn't go to the game, so therefore he didn't have a chance to leave early. I think it just rolls over to the next game.
All right, so that means the three-person panel,
2-2.
Laura Romo will decide it. One vote for Ireland, one vote for Mason. Laura, do I deserve the $10,000 or no?
You don't, because he didn't show up to the game.
Okay.
So it
Parker,
rolls
point.
over to the next game.
All right,
over to the next
So
game.
the bet goes to the Kings game
Wow,
tonight.
Parker
Kings game
takes your
tonight.
side.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Kings game tonight.
Okay.
There'll be verification.
Parker, how would you have voted? It's already been decided. Would you have voted for? You voted for Mason? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
It's
the
an
bet,
emergency.
The bet is still active.
By the way, whenever we play Mythical Money, it's brought to you by Chumba Casino. The new games are added every single week. No purchase is necessary. Play Chumba Casino anytime, anywhere. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Got to be 21. Terms and conditions apply. All right, coming up next for you, we'll talk about that Dodger game a little bit and some news from Dave Roberts on the way the starting pitching rotation is coming together as we move forward. That's coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, LA, let's talk trash. Not the kind of trash that Naz Reid and Austin Reeves were talking. I'm talking about food waste. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. You can fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps, placing them in your green bin. It's quick, easy, and helps protect the planet. If you're ready to do your part, visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
In the 2025 draft, Legends Attic selects Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce.
Hey, it's Travis. Let's kick off draft day at Legends Attic in Claremont this Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have the opportunity to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and Angels tickets. For more information and to purchase your tickets to meet Isaac Bruce, visit legendsattic.com. We'll see you on Thursday, April 24th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
And it is Mason and Ireland on this Wednesday afternoon. Lakers win last night and go Kings go tonight at Crypto.com Arena. Doesn't it feel good to be a P1 of ESPN LA and to be a sports fan, Jack? More of the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland with Bergman, continues right now.
I can't stop this feeling.
Go, King, go. Right. LA Kings back on the ice. Game 2, Kings in Edmonton, trying to stop Connor McDavid and take a 2-0 series lead. That is first round NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Meanwhile, Lakers win last night. Lakers win in what J.J. Redick calls a rock fight.
We weren't ready for a rock fight to start game 1. So I've seen enough of these and been in enough of these that you can have these low-scoring games and sort of low offensive output games that are really physical, and all of a sudden somebody starts making threes. There's a few turnovers that leads to a high transition half, and somebody scores 120.
That's interesting. He's saying that it may be that last night was not indicative of what we're going to see Friday night. It could be very easily a different game, and somebody could get hot, and all of a sudden there's 120 points on the board.
Right. So to put this in perspective, during the season, Minnesota averaged 114 points a game. Last night they scored a season low, 85. It was 8 points below their lowest output prior to that. Strangely, the Lakers' lowest scoring game of the season was in Minnesota in December when they only scored 80 points.
Right.
But here was the reason for all this. Game 1, the Wolves bench scored 42 points. Last night, they only had 19. After making 21 threes in Game 1, last night they made 5. Lakers also held the Wolves to just 6 fast break points after giving up 25 in Game 1. So they basically locked them up. They grabbed, they held, they were physical, they dared the refs to call things. It was a brilliant strategy. I agree with JJ, though. I think the totals are going up next game. I think both teams will probably be over 100 next game.
Right. The one thing, the big change to me last night, or one of the big changes, was the fact that Luka Doncic had 1 assist in Game 1 and 9 assists in Game 2. And you notice from the very beginning, the ball was moving. They were whipping the basketball around. There was always the one extra pass, and it made a huge difference in terms of the quality of the look.
And look at the flip side of that. So in game 1, Anthony Edwards had 8 assists and Mike Conley had 4. Last night, 0. None for Conley. That might be the worst game I've ever seen Conley play.
Yeah.
He played 21 minutes. He was 0 for 5. And the thing that stunned me was the 0 assist.
Yeah.
He's a great passer and a really smart guy who doesn't turn the ball over. And he was just a complete non-factor. And all those guys that hit shots in game 1, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, all got locked up.
So 2 things are happening in there, for me at least. I saw that the 21 three-pointers was never going to happen again for Minnesota, right?
Probably not.
5 three-pointers is probably also not going to happen
Correct.
again.
They're somewhere in the middle.
They're somewhere in the middle, so that completely changes the game. The way that game, because of the physicality, Minnesota was getting called for a lot more fouls, especially early on in the game. So Naz Reid had 3 fouls right off the bat.
Yep.
Jaden McDaniels had like 2 or 3 right off the bat. So that changed the way that whole game was played, too. And there was one other thing, but yeah, it's the physicality of all this.
Let's pivot to the Dodgers for a second
Yes.
because when the wind's blowing out at Wrigley Field, this happens a lot there. You kind of throw out the game, right? Because
it was a jet stream.
Right.
I mean, it was just.
I mean, and if you saw the flags, they were just blowing straight out. And what was weird, though, like Greg does the Blue Review every day. When Dustin May is on
the Blue Review,
he has great movement, even on his fastball.
Yeah.
Like his fastball moves. Last night, his ball wasn't moving at all. He would throw it, and it would stay straight, and they just rocked him. They got, I think, 5 runs in the first inning.
5 in the first inning, yeah.
And so I don't, I'm the one that, of the 3 of us, I'm the one that's saying, I'm not so sure the Dodgers are as great as everybody else thinks they are, but I throw last night's game out.
Yeah,
I don't even care.
You got to.
The wind was the star of that game, 21 runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and Tanner Scott had it down to the last out.
Pitch, right?
Yeah, before he gave up the home run to Amaya. And I don't know, Bergman, am I the one that's like concerned a little bit about Tanner Scott? I know he's only got 1 blown save, but he's allowed a base runner in 6 of his 8, at least 1 base runner in 6 of his 8 appearances. He's not really chalking up clean innings.
So that argument that you're making about Tanner Scott right now is the argument I made about Kenley Jansen all the time. But you felt differently because he was a long-term Dodger, right? So
I don't think there's a. I don't think there's a difference. Kenley went through stretches where he was really good and stretches where he was really bad.
But the difference here is they have other options.
Correct.
Back
They
when,
absolutely
Back
do.
when Kenley was the closer,
it was just him.
It was an established role, and nobody else was going to close. Now, well, Greg, you know better than me. It strikes me that they've used Tanner Scott so far in the first month of the season as a closer, but that doesn't mean they can't use. They've got like 4
Kirby
options,
Yates,
right? Right.
Evan Phillips. They have a ton of different
Trinan
options.
when he comes
Trinan
back.
when he comes back.
Yeah.
Michael Kopech when he comes back. But Tanner Scott had been really, really good the last week. And then he got the save on Friday and was good. He got the save on Sunday, and he was kind of giving up some. He had runners on first and third, 1 out, and he got out of it. But this one, he was through 5 pitches, and he got the first 2 guys out.
Right.
He just gave up the jack to Amaya, and that's just. I have a lot of hope for Tanner Scott because I've seen.
Oh,
now
I
that
do
he's
too.
out.
I think
he's been good.
He is great. He is great.
Yates
Yeah, Yates has been a little shaky. It's nice to see
Vezina,
Evan
shaky.
Phillips back. Phillips was good last night.
Yep.
I mean, I think there are that bullpen. There are lots and lots of options. So, and it's going to get even better because Michael Kopech will ultimately be back in the bullpen.
What's
as well.
his injury, Greg? Do you know?
God, what was it? Was it a shoulder? I forget exactly.
But I mean,
what it
is
was.
he on the short-term injured list or the long-term?
He's still not
He's not
ready.
on the 60-day, right?
No, he's not on the 60-day. He
Okay.
should be back, but they're hoping in the next couple of weeks. But he's just kind of taking his time. He's coming off of surgery, so
Yeah, he's ramping up his throwing program.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Sideline with a right shoulder impingement.
Right, and
Okay.
and Blake Snell is with the team. He has thrown a bullpen, so we're going to get a starting pitcher back sooner rather than later.
Yep.
So he's going to be coming back.
Yeah, Blake Snell on the mound this week, and then Clayton Kershaw closer.
So Clayton
another
Kershaw's
rehab
closer.
start.
He had another rehab start last night. He pitched 3 innings, gave up 1. He had 4 strikeouts, gave up one run. Tony Gonsolin, I think may have just finished his last rehab start. I think he's about to come back. So the entire pitching staff is going to get a little bit revamped over the next few weeks.
Yeah. By the way, one of the great nuggets from last night, Tommy Edman hit his 8th home run of the year, 3-run shot in the first inning, and he is now 67 career home runs. 16 of them are against the Cubs. 24% of his career home runs are against the Chicago Cubs. He is the Cub killer.
You know who that reminds me of? Christian Walker when he was with the Diamondbacks versus the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Just a Dodger killer.
No doubt.
Every team's got one of those.
All right. Don't forget, you can kick off the draft tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow's the NFL draft. How about that? 9 a.m. to noon. Travis and DeMarco. It says Travis and Kirk on the script.
It's Kirk.
Oh, it is Kirk
yeah,
tomorrow.
DeMarco's going to be with the Rams, so Kirk is filling in.
Oh,
He's
got it. Okay, so it is Travis
Yes.
and Kirk Morrison tomorrow from Legends Attic. Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce is going to be there. Got a chance to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and baseball tickets. For more information, visit legendsattic.com.
I know they get mixed up a lot by some people.
I know. Well, I looked at it, I'm like, wait a minute. When does this become the Travis and Kirk show? It's a Travis and DeMarco show.
The words on the page are correct.
Yeah, all right, good. All right, going to spin the wheel of questions coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Chumba. Hey, it's time, people. What are you doing right now? It's time to...
Chumba.
Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots and so much more. Hundreds of games. You're never going to run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You can redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up and take your shot. Let's go to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the night that an All-American becomes a top pick in the National Football League.
This is an exciting night for our players, for our team, and for you, the fans.
And tomorrow is round 1 of the NFL Draft. As though there wasn't enough going on, we will get you ready for the 2025 NFL Draft all day long, right here on your home of the LA Rams. And at 3 p.m., Sedano, Cappy, DeMarco Farr, producer Lindsay Baseball, and me, Morales, will be live from the Rams Draft headquarters in Van Nuys, bringing you pick-by-pick coverage as the NFL Draft goes down in Green Bay.
The NFL Draft is now officially open.
And at 6 p.m., we'll join ESPN Radio's live network coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft. We're all over it Thursday and Friday right here on your home of the Los Angeles Rams, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $269 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end April 30th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Well, here we are again, and I got to tell you, Jim, this match has me really concerned.
Here we have a powerful heavyweight, a train, weighing in at 6,000 tons. And this hasty lightweight challenger, a car, at just 1.5 tons?
This does not bode well for the car, or the people in it.
It's no contest. Every day, people are injured or killed trying to beat a train at rail crossings. See tracks, think train.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for?
What is this?
It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right. So, Luke has already responded.
That's a dumbass question.
In stereo. Laura, what do you got?
I mean, this might, because the story itself, when I heard it, I was like, what is happening?
Okay.
All right, guys. I am a fan of Chipotle when I am in a rush and, I want something.
Great guac. They have great guacamole.
Just fan in general. Doesn't matter rush or not.
I'm Mexican, so I...
Fair.
Right. Okay.
But leads me to this. So according to the story that I read, Chipotle is trying to succeed somewhere that other restaurants have not. They're going to expand to Mexico. They're going to have restaurants opening up in 2026. There's no specific location so far. But my question to you guys is, can it actually work? Because isn't this like Olive Garden trying to sell food in Italy?
To me, it is. Now, I'd be curious to know, are there Taco Bells in Mexico?
No, they have failed.
They have failed.
So it's an American company.
Right.
Yes.
So Chipotle is owned by McDonald's, I think.
It is.
So they are expanding to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Will Mexicans eat at a Americanized Mexican restaurant?
What do you think, Laura?
It depends where they place it. Because
Well, let's say they put one in Mexico City right in the heart of where all the other restaurants are.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But like Rosarito, I can see it.
I love Mexican food, so if I see there's a place that serves it, I'm normally in.
Right, but if you were in Mexico City and you had a choice between an authentic Mexican restaurant and a Chipotle,
I would just call Beto and say, "Hey, where's the guy on the corner that has the best stuff?"
Like they make the corn tortillas themselves, and you're eating it right there.
like that
That's
guy.
what I want.
That's what I'm looking for.
If I'm in Mexico, I don't want Chipotle.
So
I want real. Doesn't matter where you are. Greek food in Greek. I don't want something that's like Daphne's.
Hey, Daphne's don't knock it.
Street food in Athens.
Right,
Yes, you don't want to go to that either.
I know that like McDonald's, what they do is depending on what country they are, they cater to that environment.
Right.
So I'm like, I wonder if they're going to switch it up and maybe be doing like tortillas a mano, like handmade tortillas. So people are like, oh, it's a little bit more authentic. I just don't see it working. But
I think it is going to be a bomb.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
fully
kind of
agree.
sad.
Yeah. Hey, Chipotle.
You're going to regret this.
Exactly. All right. Thank you very much. Interesting question. Hey, is it too late for me to put some mythical money on the Kings to win the Cup? I know they've got one win in the bank.
No.
So,
what are their odds right now to win the Cup?
20-1.
Yeah, sure.
Give me $5,000 mythical dollars on the Kings
high.
at 20-1 to win the Stanley Cup.
Like that.
If they get past Edmonton, I mean, they have to face Vegas most likely, but if they get past Edmonton, they should have a pretty good shot to win the whole thing.
Well, it's hard to win the Cup. You need a lot of breaks. And if they get past Edmonton, I mean, in hockey, what I've learned is anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah.
So but I like it as this is how some of their other finals runs started. You didn't think they were going to win the whole thing, and I remember one year they were down 0-3.
Yeah.
And came back. I think it was against San
Ducks?
Jose or the Ducks or somebody. And, and they came back and won it. So they win tonight. And that's a big win. I think Edmonton's like coming in here thinking the only reason we lost game one is we ran out of time.
Yeah.
So let's see how the Kings play tonight.
And Edmonton is getting back Evander Kane. He's a very, very good forward for them.
Big physical dude.
Big physical forward. So he's going to be somebody that he hasn't played all season long, missed the first game, and now he's coming back to play the Kings in game 2. Bad luck.
Yeah. Now, Ireland, you've got a kid.
Yes, sir.
Bergman, you got a kid.
I do.
I don't have any kids that I know of.
Whoa, good. I'm just saying, that's true.
He's like like that Richie Valens' brother in La Bamba. What kind
I know of. So there is an incident that has gone viral from an airplane, Qatar Airlines flight, a 14-hour flight, where apparently a woman filming captures the moment her sister flags down the attendant because there is a baby. She looks to be about 2.
Okay. It's 2, 3.
Stabbing people with her forks, just randomly stabbing people.
So it's a toddler with a fork. Angry toddler with a fork.
Toddler.
Those things shouldn't mix ever.
Now, someone extremely inappropriately grabbed a sandal and prepared to whack the little girl, which did not happen, which would have been completely wrong.
Una chancla, yes.
But here's my question. who's at fault here for this
is
toddler storming around with a fork?
The mom was sleeping, by the way.
The mom fell asleep.
Well, it's on the mom or the dad. If the dad wasn't there, then it's on the mom. That is a parenting thing.
Yeah.
You are anybody under the age of 10, you're in charge. And by the way, if your kid is out there poking people with a fork, you have to deal with the consequences.
Right.
You should get involved there. And if the mom was just sleeping, that's negligent.
Yes.
Completely negligent. First of all, there shouldn't be any forks within reach of a toddler.
Right. By the way, it is
Forks,
a metal fork.
knives,
Yeah, I didn't know
that shouldn't be. When you fall asleep, you make sure, I'm going to move anything that's sharp away from my child.
Right.
Fully on the mom.
So am I the only, you guys have kids, am I the only one that when I sit down in an airplane and there's a kid in my vicinity, I'm like, oh.
Depends on the age.
As Luke Robitaille would say, yes.
No, people have been very kind to me when I've traveled with Jack. So I've always, if you see me on a Southwest flight and you are sitting next to a kid and you want to switch seats with me, I'm your guy. I'll sit next to the kid.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, because, I've told this story a bunch of times before, but one time Jack threw up on a plane, and there were no air sickness bags, and I held up a magazine in front of him. I just throw open this magazine. It hit the thing and went behind the seat, and I turned around, and there's this big bodybuilder dude, and Jack's vomit is all over him, and I think he could tell by the look on my face. I turned around, I go, dude, I'm so sorry, I don't even know where to start.
Right.
I'll pay to get that cleaned. As soon as we get off the plane, I'll go into the gift shop and buy you whatever shirt you want so you don't have to wear that the rest of the day.
Right.
And I can't apologize enough. And the guy looked at me and goes, it's okay, dude. I was in the splash zone.
Oh, there you go.
And he was so nice.
Good dude.
Yeah,
Good
that's
dude.
cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That I said, okay, if I can ever be of assistance, thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
If I can ever be of assistance, so I'm
Oh,
the
that's
guy.
very nice.
If
You're
you
the
and I
guy.
are ever on a flight and you say, Ireland, I want to sit next to this kid, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll
I
sit
don't
next
want to
to him.
sit next to a kid. Bergman,
Yeah.
you're okay sitting next to kids?
Yeah, for the most
Yeah,
part.
like, you want to fly on a Kindercare
I do
plane?
not want to, but
Yeah.
I can handle it. I can also tune that stuff out. Like I've tuned out a lot of things in my life.
Right.
I can tune out a child that's screaming, yelling. It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
I'm
but
out.
I can tune it out.
I'm out.
Depends on the parent. If the parent is usually a bleep show, then that's when people get upset.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
People are going to parent how they want to parent. But also, did you guys talk about it all that Southwest is changing their policy?
Yes.
That sucks.
Wait a minute. So what's the new policy?
No, he's late. You're late to the
it
party.
happened.
You can't get free bags anymore. Is that what you're talking about?
They're moving to assigned seating.
Oh, assigned seating, and you don't get free
Yeah.
bags.
Southwest is going to assigned seating.
assigned seating, and you don't get free bags anymore.
Which is nonsense. I really actually like that.
That was the whole point of Southwest.
Yeah, you get there early, you stand in the line.
And your bags, you don't worry about it?
I want to be
all of it.
an A. Is it an A? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or is it A, B, C,
I
D?
thought it was
A.
ABC.
A.
Yeah,
It's ABC.
I get all excited when I get to be a B. 'Cause
Yeah,
you know
me
you're gonna
too.
Get a
You know
pretty
you
good
get
seat.
hurt.
Right.
Yes.
A or B, you get a really good seat.
Even C if
D
it's
or
not
F,
packed.
you're at the
Yeah.
window, like that whole. Nope.
In the back of the plane, next to the bathroom.
Assigned seating now. Assigned seating.
Yeah, nonsense.
Ireland, I'm going to ask you this question.
Yes.
And we talked about it a little bit yesterday with Luka Doncic. Luka is driving a $500,000 car. So I could not feel comfortable doing that. I wanted to point out that Xavier Worthy, who is maybe the fastest man in the NFL this side of Tyreek Hill, is making $800,000, made $800,000 for his rookie year. That's a lot of money, right? He is driving a $500,000 Rolls Royce, and he owns multiple luxury cars, including a Bugatti. He only made $900,000 last year. Is that not just a recipe for disaster?
He needs to watch the 30 for 30 called Broke.
Yep.
This is exactly how. If he breaks his leg next year, and actually he had an incident where a woman accused him.
Yes.
Right.
It turns out that he was trying to defend himself, so it wasn't. But if he gets in trouble, like if what happened to Greg, who's a running back that he's back there now, but a Kareem Hunt.
Right.
If a Kareem Hunt type situation happens to Xavier Worthy and he gets kicked out of the league, he's not going to want a $900,000 car.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a Rolls for $900,000. He's got multiple luxury cars. He's got a Bugatti. I mean, here's the thing. I was reading about another kid, an NIL kid, who is trying to renegotiate his deal, which we know this is common now with NIL. He wants more money. Ultimately committed to the program for the exact same amount of money, but he's got so many people in his life that want money. And he's trying to take care of everybody, and that's another issue. There's the spendiness of a Bugatti, and then there's the I'm going to give every relative of mine some money. I just think at some point, don't professional sports treat players to a class and money education class, finance class, something like that, so that they can deal with situations like this?
I think they actually have one. It just depends on whether you listen to it.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy skipped class that day.
He skipped class. If you're getting an $800,000, you're getting a Bugatti just in general, you're misusing your funds. It just happens so often. And to your point, John, it's the NFL. It's the no fun league. They will kick you out in the moment's notice.
Yeah. I will also say that I don't understand why there's not a high school class. How to balance your checkbook.
Economics class.
How to pay your.
You didn't have one?
Did you learn how to write a check and balance your checkbook?
I still write checks. Yeah.
What?
When was the last time you wrote a check?
I write a check every single month to my apartment building. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They make me.
Online.
They make me. They don't have it. It's not
available. You can't Venmo that money?
Nope. Can't do any of that. I have to write a check. So I have to write out, what the payment is. It sucks.
Yeah.
To balance my checkbook.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game 2, Edmonton and the Kings, and it is playoff game day. Listen today for your chance to win tickets to tonight's game at Crypto. Just listen for your cue to call, and when you do, be caller number 7-877-710-ESPN. You'll be at Crypto.com Arena tonight. Listen all day for your chance to win. Coming up next for you, Sports Graffiti. Lakers win what J.J. Redick calls a rock fight in Game 2 last night at Crypto. Kings getting ready for Game 2 against Edmonton tonight. Dodgers lose 11-10 in 10 innings last night in Chicago. All that stuff, fair game. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. Mason and Ireland, 710-ESPN.
Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs was a riveting affair at Crypto.com Arena in downtown LA as the Kings outlasted the Oilers for a thrilling 6-5 Game 1 win.
Kings bank it up the wall into the neutral zone. Here comes Trevor Moore, one-on-one. Moore waits, hits the trailer. Deneau shoots, scores! Deneau! It found its way through! A nylon-seeking puck trickles past Skinner, and with 41 seconds left, it is 6-5 LA. Puck tied up. Kings work it free. Kempe chips it down the ice. It will not be an icing, and the Kings win Game 1.
Tonight, the Kings host the Oilers for Game 2, looking to take a 2-0 advantage on the road north of the border. It's the Kings and the Oilers. Game 2 starts at 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on 710 ESPN and the new ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
I'm ready. Let me just grab my bag. Sweatpants, huh? Didn't know we were keeping it casual this month. Yeah, I feel bloated every now and then.
You have to try new Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummies. They have prebiotics to nourish good bacteria, probiotics to help relieve occasional bloating, and postbiotics for immune support.
All that in one gummy?
Yep. So no sweatpants next time?
Not anymore.
Align 3-in-1 Biotic Gummies for gut health support. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
In the 2025 draft, Legends Attic selects Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce.
Hey, it's Travis. Let's kick off draft day at Legends Attic in Claremont this Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have the opportunity to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and Angels tickets. For more information and to purchase your tickets to meet Isaac Bruce, visit legendsattic.com. We'll see you on Thursday, April 24th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, it is sports graffiti time, and let's go ahead and hit the phones. One line open, 877-710-ESPN. Let's start out with Matthew on line 5. Matthew, you're on sports graffiti. Go ahead, Matthew.
First of all, I wish Michael Thompson was here because he's the only guy that sets you two bozos straight.
About?
When you guys have ridiculous takes.
About what?
First of all, let me tell you why your idea about Chipotle that won't work in Mexico is wrong. Number one. The burrito was not made in Mexico. That originated here in the USA. So having a burrito-themed based restaurant in Mexico is novel to Mexico because there's not that many places that have our stuff.
Okay, all right, that's interesting.
You're telling me I can't get a burrito
and it'll
in
be
Mexico?
like an American Mexican food type of thing. So I think that'll be two. And number one, the Lakers, they're not the favorites in the game against the Timberwolves on Friday. I think I saw the line at 3. I think they're going to win by double digits. Put that down. That's all I have to say, gentlemen. Cheers.
All right, cheers, Matthew.
How do you like that?
I hope he's
one?
right.
Hope that guy's got it going on. Let's go to Harold. Harold, you're on sports graffiti. Go ahead, Harold.
Hi, guys. Look, I'm going to ask John the question. Who do you believe will be the two teams left for the NBA championship? Who do you think is the two favorites from each division right now?
I'm hoping for Lakers Celtics. I'm always hoping for Lakers Celtics. So if you said with my heart, I think it's Lakers Celtics. With my head, I think it might be Celtics OKC. But if we draw OKC in a series, I think the Lakers can give them a real series. So that's what I'm hoping for. Harold, what do you think? Did we lose him?
Harold left.
Okay.
He hung up.
He just wanted to hear you.
Let's go to line 7. John. John, you're on sports graffiti. Go ahead, John.
What's going on, guys? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm just I feel a little like not so sure about last night's game with the Lakers. I know we won and I was super happy, but I don't know, Luka and LeBron looked very exhausted yesterday. And one thing I don't like is Timberwolves talk a lot of trash talk, man. So
they do.
I don't know how you guys feel about going into Game 3, but our players looked very exhausted. Like it took everything we got.
Remember.
By the way, I thought that was both sides last night. I mean, everybody played a short rotation. Everybody played. I mean, the Lakers' defense was on fire from the very start of that game. So it's okay to be a little gassed at the end of a game because you got no practice today and you don't have a game again until Friday. So, yeah, you expend a lot of energy, but I feel really good about Friday night. Let's go to Todd. Todd, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, man.
I'm a teacher. I want to let you guys know this real quick. I'm a teacher up in Ventura. And I teach econ, and at lunchtime I listen to you guys every single day.
Oh, thanks, man.
And I actually, in my class, I teach seniors in high school. The last 2 weeks of school, I actually have them get married. They got to buy a house, they got to buy a car, they got to actually balance a checking account and all of that. And I've run into kids like later in life that were like, "Hey, Mr. Tackett, that was a great thing you had us do." And they actually got to carry around 2 little eggs as their children.
I was going to ask.
Do you give them the eggs? That's
Wow.
cool. That's cool, man.
If those eggs drop, then their kid has died or whatever. But actually,
Teach
I'm
them about
telling
loss.
you,
Okay.
it actually. You guys are right. A lot of these athletes go in and they just don't have the understanding of economics, and it's sad.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for the call. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just teach the basic stuff, like how to balance a checkbook.
Yeah, but you don't need to balance it anymore. I'm the only one that writes checks anymore.
Yeah, you're the only one that writes checks. Let's go to Carlos on line 9. Carlos, you're on Sports Graffiti. You were our winner of Kings tickets for Game 1, right?
Congrats.
What was the environment like?
Yeah, it was so much fun. We had some rally towels going. It was fun. Everybody was leaving. Them Oiler fans were leaving early. Everybody thought we had it in the bank. But, hockey, it comes down to the last period. It was awesome. I had a great time. Took my daughter out. It was fun, man. Thank you so much, 710. Thank you. That's the second time I went with you guys. I went with you guys for Fifth Row Fridays. You got to bring that back.
Yeah.
And now on the King tickets, man. Thank you, 710, for sure. I appreciate you guys. Let's
Awesome,
go.
Carlos.
All day.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Glad you had a good time. Yeah, we're giving away a pair for tonight's game, too.
We are giving away a pair tonight. You can win one on here and on Sedano on Cap later.
Let's go to Justin on line 7. Justin, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Justin.
Hey, calling about two different things. Definitely car talk was interesting. That guy cannot afford a Bugatti. Good thing is it's an investment. As long as he doesn't wreck it, there's value in it.
Okay.
And it increases in value, technically.
Got it.
Second thing, last week you were talking about Michelin stars, so it's interesting. 1 Michelin star restaurant means it's very good. 2 Michelin stars means it's worth a detour. 3 Michelin stars means it's worth a trip. Now, L.A. doesn't have any 3 Michelin star restaurants, and New York has 5 Michelin star restaurants.
No, I did not know that.
There's a few in Colorado, Justin, right?
Wow. So there are no 3-star restaurants in Los Angeles.
And I thought there were more than 3 stars, too.
No, 3 is the highest.
That's
3 stars. And it's so weird that I brought this up again last night with one. It's so weird that the Michelin people do tires in restaurants.
I don't know
It's
why
almost
they're-
like they started driving, like they have tires, so they started driving from restaurant to restaurant and giving out star ratings.
It was all a sponsorship idea.
I think I've only eaten at 1 Michelin star restaurant, and they lost their star.
Oh, then it's no
After
longer.
I ate there, yeah.
No.
After I ate
But
there,
you were
they
there
lost their
while
star.
it had a star.
While it had a star, I ate there. A place called Hatchet Hall. It was delicious in Culver City, Ireland. Do you go to Michelin star restaurants?
I do.
Probably all
I'm
the time.
looking for. I thought that there's a restaurant in Manhattan Beach called Fishing with Dynamite that I thought was a 3-star restaurant. In 24, we had a lot of them, so this must be in 25. I'm looking at a list here: Beverly Hills, Long Beach, L.A. A lot of different ones, but maybe he's like Osteria Mozza was once a 3-star.
Right.
But that maybe in 2025 there aren't any. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive.
There are single star and 2 stars, but I don't see 3 stars when I look at the Michelin guide.
I was looking up Michelin star restaurants for my anniversary, and I never saw a 3-star anywhere. And I got
In
we went to
LA.
a 1-star in LA. Yeah,
Huh.
Went to 1-star Morihiro.
There's one
and it
in
was
San
fantastic.
Diego called Addison.
Okay.
But yeah, most of these are 2-star.
I think there's one in San Francisco, maybe.
That sounds
Didn't it cost you like $1,600?
No, it's too high. It was $1,200.
Let's go to Tim on line 10. Tim, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Tim.
What's happening, Tim? Team, is Tim from Long Beach,
Hey, Tim.
California. I just want to chime in on want to chime in on the Chipotle conversation and why it will work. The young lady on your team who mentioned depending where is exactly it. So think about this. In some context, I'm a 23-year business restaurant and coffee shop owner. Starbucks works in Italy, but it's only worked in Milan, touristy in just one city. So it will work in Mexico City because you have tourists that are coming from all over the world that just think it's probably a cheap Mexican chain, and people look for cheap food all over the world. So unfortunately, it will work in some of the bigger cities throughout Mexico, and that's my 2 cents chiming in on that.
Excellent. So we've got 2 callers now saying they think Chipotle is going to work in Mexico.
Taco Bell didn't work.
Yeah, but if you're traveling to Mexico, you want to eat the local food. You don't want to eat.
Although there are
Americanized
people
food.
like Michael Thompson who go to China and eat at TGI Fridays.
Yeah, he blamed
absolutely
Andy,
does
his
happen.
brother, for that, but I blame Michael for accepting it.
Let's go to Portia on line 4. Our friend Portia, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hi, Portia.
Hi, I just want to say I love the way the Lakers played, and I want to give a big shout out to my Uncle PK for getting the one and only Hall of Famer Michael Cooper in my podcast last night. Let's go Lakers.
Now, Portia, Portia tipped me on this, and I was going to mention it. Yeah. But you had Michael Cooper on during a Laker game, so I think most Laker.
He can't.
Yeah, I think most Laker fans would like to hear it. Can they go back and hear it?
Yes, it is on. It is on my YouTube right now. He came on after the game.
He came on after the game.
after the game. Very cool.
Yeah, she told me she was having him on at 9 o'clock, and I went, well, that's head-to-head with the Laker game.
Right.
Nobody's going to listen to that. But good, I'm glad it's up, and people can go to Porsche's YouTube page and check it out. How was he?
It was absolutely good, and he told me I get to meet him in person, and I can't wait.
Awesome.
Good.
That's
Good for
great.
you. Congratulations.
There's,
Coop's the best.
Yeah, he's great. Portia's terrific, too.
She gets a lot of good guests.
She gets great
I've been on
guests.
there. Michael's been on there.
I've been
I
on
think
there.
Laura might have been on there.
Laura,
I was on
you
there.
were on Portia's show, I think. We've all
I was. I'm like, damn, girl. I need
kind
to
of
talk
all of
to
us
you.
have been
Yep, I've
on
been
her
on it.
show. It's
Yep.
very good. Let's go to Ken. Ken, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Ken.
Hey, guys and girls. I felt like I was watching the Detroit Pistons and the Lakers in that game.
Yep.
I mean, they
Agreed.
were just kicking each other all over the place.
Yep.
Now, what happens is that when you're doing all that bullying and spacking and cracking, you get to the fourth quarter, Lakers only scored 13 points. And LeBron was 1 for 5, and they were tired. If that's the plan, then I think you need to rest LeBron a little bit more. He played 40 minutes, and you could see he was completely done. One great play, but still, this is their plan.
Ken,
to be the Detroit Pistons.
I see your point, but I think the Lakers did a smart thing today. They gave everybody the day off.
Yeah.
And we're traveling tomorrow. So when we're traveling early. So they're really going to get 2 full days off before they got to ramp it back up on Friday. And somebody's due to start making shots.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Austin.
Yeah.
I mean, Luka, but Gabe Vincent hit a couple last night.
Yep.
Dorian Finney-Smith hit a couple. I think somebody's going to make shots
That
on
fourth
Friday.
quarter was ugly, though. They were
Mace, 5 of 19.
0 for 5 from 3, 6 turnovers in the fourth quarter.
They
Although
had-
LeBron did have that big play where he stole the ball from Anthony Edwards.
They had more turnovers, 6, than baskets,
Ooh.
5. And they won. By the way, that's the first time a team who has scored 13 points or less has won a playoff game since 2015 in the fourth quarter.
But Austin Reeves, he just can't hit his three-point shot right now, right?
He started 0 for 4, then he made his next 4, and he finished 7 for 14, but he was 0 for 6 from 3.
And then he cursed on the post-game show, and there was that whole thing.
Wait, I thought we took care of that. I thought we went into delay after
it
Dorian
didn't
Finney-Smith did it.
It didn't ramp up in time.
Oh,
Didn't ramp up in time.
But also,
Nice.
So if that gets Austin going because he started hitting those inside shots, making some of the
Right.
shots that he normally makes in the paint, maybe he can start hitting that outside shot and start getting back to that 20,
Well, I hope he
25
doesn't
spot.
stop shooting because I've seen him
No.
make a bunch of shots in a row.
Yeah.
So keep shooting, Austin.
By the way, Rui last night was a warrior. Got whacked in the head, got whacked in the face. Went with at one point they cut away to this hallway where he had a towel in his face, with blood, and then the next thing you know, he's back out on the floor. He's got a mask. He's playing. Then all of a sudden, he tears that mask off, and he plays a little bit more. Then they give him another mask, and then he keeps. I mean, he worked his ass off last night. Played great defense last night, and
Sure
was
did.
very, very physical. As JJ said, I don't know that he was going to go to the X-ray room. I don't know if anything came from that. But
Does anything come out at all?
he may have to wear the mask for the rest of the series. We will find out. Game 2 is Friday night. All right, coming up next, Andrew Friedman wants the Dodgers to stop doing something. But is it okay if he tells them not to do it? That's coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the night that an All-American becomes a top pick in the National Football League.
This is an exciting night for our players, for our teams, and for you, the fans.
And tomorrow is round 1 of the NFL Draft. As though there wasn't enough going on, we will get you ready for the 2025 NFL Draft all day long, right here on your home of the LA Rams. And at 3 p.m., Sedano, Cappy, DeMarco Farr, producer Lindsay Baseball, and me, Morales, will be live from the Rams Draft headquarters in Van Nuys, bringing you pick-by-pick coverage as the NFL Draft goes down in Green Bay.
NFL Draft is now officially open.
And at 6 p.m., we'll join ESPN Radio's live network coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft. We're all over it Thursday and Friday right here on your home of the Los Angeles Rams, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales. Don't Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. Get all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 Plus. Even more cash if you outscore the competition. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code FNH. That's code FNH. For new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
And it is Mason and Ireland on this Wednesday afternoon. Lakers win last night and go Kings go tonight at Crypto.com Arena. Doesn't it feel good to be a P1 of ESPN LA and to be a sports fan, Jack? More of the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland with Bergman, continues right now.
John, number one in 1983. Maybe the greatest one-hit wonder in the history of music.
I would argue there's one better.
Okay, let me see. The other one that comes to mind.
Well, I can think of two now.
Soft Cell, Tainted Love.
Great one.
I thought they had another song, Soft Cell, but the two that popped into my head were Walking on Sunshine, Katrina and the Waves.
Yep.
And then The Night Chicago Died by Paper Lace.
The first 45 I ever bought was The Night Chicago Died by Paper Lace.
I don't know if I know that song.
Daddy was a cop on the east side
that was
of Chicago.
Huge hit. You're too
Back
young.
in the USA. Yeah, no, it's like a big.
Can you find that, Brian?
Yeah, no, it's a great. And that's exactly how it starts. Paper Lace, The Night Chicago Died.
I still don't know.
They used to do that marathon or half marathon down in Chicago Died.
Okay, I've heard it. Like once.
Well, this song is from, honest to God, like when I was 8. Right? I mean, this is the first 45 I ever bought.
52 years ago?
You never had a 45, did you?
No, 45.
Ireland, you
no,
had
I
45,
tapes.
all
right?
the time.
Yeah.
I had cassette tapes. That's
The other one I had that was a big hit was Boogie Fever by the Silvers.
That's a big one, yeah.
Did they have another hit? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And we need Morales for all this stuff.
Oh, he's good at
all
that
stuff.
Yeah. But was Dad played those songs for years.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we had a story this week about how everybody is playing pickleball, including Major League Baseball players who used to generally golf on a regular basis. Now, John, what do you think of the whole pickleball movement?
I like playing pickleball. It's fun. I know a lot of people that are addicted to it. I don't necessarily think pickleball is like the next giant professional sport like a lot of people do. Like Rich Paul bought a pickleball team.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant brought a pickleball team. There's a lot of famous people that are investing in pickleball. I don't know if I feel that strongly about it. I don't know if pickleball is going to translate into a professional league where we will all go watch, or we'll watch it on TV. What do you think?
No, I don't. I can't imagine sitting down and watching a pickleball match.
Would you want to own a pickleball team? Like if somebody comes up to us and said, "Hey, Mason and Ireland, we want to sell you a pickleball team."
I'd love to own a team in something. Wouldn't it be fun to own it? Like I always think about how much fun would it be to have a piece of LAFC or Angel City FC or any of those teams.
You know a lot of people who have a piece of LAFC.
Yeah, I'm
Will Ferrell does.
Will
Colin
Ferrell.
Cowherd does.
He's listening
Nomar
right now. Will
Garcia
Ferrell's
Parra
probably
does.
driving around listening.
So Mookie has quit pickleball. All the Dodgers are playing pickleball. Mookie has quit. He says, "I'm done. I don't play anymore. I got hooked on golf again. I'm playing shortstop now. I don't have time to be doing all this running and stuff."
What does shortstop have to do with pickleball?
Andrew Friedman. They had many conversations about it in the spring. I don't think it's a great thing for the Dodgers' ultimate success for a lot of guys to be playing pickleball.
Interesting.
Wow.
Now, I personally, and again, I am not a professional athlete, but I notice afterwards, I think it's a lot of ankle. A lot of ankle, a lot of knee.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I've never heard of anyone getting hurt playing golf, except for Scott McCarthy when they ran over his leg with a cart.
When McCarthy just rolled it over. He rolled that cart. Yeah.
But in terms of getting hurt while you're golfing is very rare.
Tony Finau, when he was playing like that par 3, and then he broke his ankle.
Oh, I don't know about that.
We were talking about that.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I would imagine the chances of getting hurt, which is what Andrew Friedman cares about, are much higher in pickleball. I get his point.
Sure.
Yeah, I totally get his point.
When you're playing golf, though, when I'm done playing golf, I'm exhausted.
Sure, but it's different. It's different than risking ankles, knees, all that kind of stuff. So, do you think Andrew Friedman could? It's probably not in anybody's contract as a banned activity, but do you think he would be within his rights to say, guys, no more pickleball. We're focused on the World Series?
He can say it. I mean, they don't have to technically listen, but it's probably the right move thinking about it now. Like you're saying, the knees and the ankles. If you hurt yourself and it screws over the Dodgers, ban it.
Ireland, would you ban? Do you think Andrew Friedman has the ability, is it within his rights to say no more pickleball?
I don't believe you can tell your employees what they can and can't do in their free time unless it's something extremely dangerous, like motorcycle riding or skydiving or, something that could cost you the
snowboarding.
Season. Yeah. But you can strongly encourage people to wait till after the season to play pickleball, which is what my guess is they're going to do.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are pretty smart. I talked to Lon Rosen last night for several minutes. Lon's in charge of everything.
Was he at the game?
Yeah, he's in charge of everything outside the lines. And they're just so smart at how they've built that team and how they've deferred those salaries and the fan experience at Dodger Stadium. I mean, they normally end up on the right side of everything.
No question.
My guess is that they will come to some type of a consensus, and hopefully, Greg, no one has to get hurt before they do.
No.
They can stop it and go from there.
Yeah, so, Tom Looney, the great Tom Looney?
I love Tom Looney. Great guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He just texted me and said, John is a California guy forgetting lightning. Lightning isn't killing anybody in any other sport than golf, and 20 to 23 deaths per year in golf.
Oh, see? So you could get struck by lightning.
Yeah, I've never met or heard of. I know it has happened, but
Lee Trevino got struck by lightning twice.
Yeah, and so you know how he said he got over that? He put a 1-iron in his bag. Because not even God can hit a 1-iron.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, struck by lightning twice. What are the odds of that? So there is some danger out there.
Yeah, danger
there
in
is
golf.
Some danger out
you
there.
get killed in golf, you break an ankle in pickleball.
Yeah, I wonder what the odds are of getting struck by lightning twice. They've got to be, astronomical. I would, in the billions.
Oh, it's got to be, yeah. Well, it's even more than that.
It's like winning the lottery twice, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1 in 9 million.
So not that bad.
Wait a minute. Your chances of getting struck by lightning are 1 in 15,300, but the odds of getting struck by lightning twice in your lifetime, 1 in 9 million.
Ask what are the odds of hitting a hole in one? I wonder what's higher. 1 in 9 million you get hit by lightning. Greg, look up what are the odds of hitting a hole in one in golf.
That's a good question.
Shout out to my friend Tom Sturgis.
12,500 to 1.
So it's about much less likely you'll get
for
hit
professional golfers. It's 2,500 to 1 to hit a hole.
Yeah, most of them have it.
Have you ever gotten close? You have a hole in one. You have 2.
My friend Tom Sturgis had one on Sunday.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Shout out.
I would just be out.
You'd quit the game.
I would be like, that's it.
On a high note,
that's it.
Be like George Costanza.
I would seriously be
I'm
done with golf.
I'm out.
Goodbye. I holed out from the fairway when I was playing, at Rancho Park, and I wanted to say, that's
it.
Never. No
Thank
more.
you. Thank you. Good night. I'm done golfing.
And you know what's funny? It was I hit it exactly the way my coach at that time, Derek Allen, told me not to hit it. I did not hit that chip shot right at all, but I flipped it up into the air, went into the hole.
So James Worthy told me he was in some celebrity golf tournament once, and Calvin Pete, the professional golfer, was there.
Yep.
And so they had to beat the pro on one of the par threes. So Calvin gets up there, and he hits it to about 15 feet. Worthy gets up there, and he hits his ball hard left, hits a tree, bounces on the cart path, bounces up to the green inside of Calvin Pete's ball.
Oh, wow.
Worthy goes, told you I'd beat you.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, coming up next for you, I'm going to show you a picture. I want you to know if it's real or not real. It's a UFO, by the way. And the latest on Shedeur Sanders. It is really interesting. And I'm so curious about what is going to happen tomorrow night with Shedeur in the NFL draft. All right, in the meantime, if you are riding in the back seat and you're injured in an Uber or a Lyft, totally different than a normal wreck. Pay attention here. Your driver is covered by Uber or Lyft. So not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance company, you got to talk to the rideshare company's insurance as well. And you don't want to deal with all this stuff on your own. You're a third wheel in this situation. The insurance company just wants to pay you off quick and make you go away. You need an expert. And my friend Jacob is the expert when it comes to handling Uber and Lyft cases. He took on these cases before anybody, before all the other attorneys. He understands the nuances involved in this kind of accident. If you're injured in any kind of rideshare accident, you got to call an attorney who is respected. Jacob Ramrani is the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com, and make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook for prizes, insight, and more. That's at call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs was a riveting affair at Crypto.com Arena in downtown LA. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs was a riveting affair at Crypto.com Arena in downtown LA as the Kings outlasted the Oilers for a thrilling 6-5 Game 1 win.
Kings bank it up the wall into the neutral zone. Here comes Trevor Moore, one-on-one. Moore waits, hits the trailer. Danault shoots, scores! Danault! It found its way through! A nylon-seeking puck trickles past Skinner, and with 41 seconds left, it is 6-5 LA. Puck tied up. Kings work it free. Kempe chips it down the ice. It will not be an icing, and the Kings win Game 1.
Tonight, the Kings host the Oilers for Game 2, looking to take a 2-0 advantage on the road north of the border. It's the Kings and the Oilers. Game 2 starts at 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on 710 ESPN and the new ESPN LA app.
By Premier Physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know how stressful it can be. My boy Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. They're the experts at taking care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is a problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
Adam Schefter here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I just sent through a photo I discovered personally while combing the internet. A picture that is purportedly an unidentified flying object, or an AIP, as I think we call them now.
I think you can just go right to flying saucer.
Aerial something.
This is 100% an alien
You think
spacecraft.
so? It's an alien spacecraft.
Exactly. It is a flying saucer. There is no other explanation for it, and there are aliens hovering above Mexico as we speak.
Absolutely.
Bergen,
Brian,
are
what do
you buying?
think? No. Okay. So you want to go Brian first?
Yeah, go Brian.
Did you look at it?
I did.
What is it?
It is a UFO. They're here.
See, Brian's
You're
with
just
me.
buying right into it.
Oh, of course. I already believe that they're here. They're already among us. And this is just further proof.
They're already among us. Now, where the
100%.
hell are they?
They're hovering
tell
above
me.
Mexico.
No,
in
Men
a
in
flying
black, man.
saucer.
You said they're among us,
Laura,
meaning they're walking
you
the
with
earth.
me?
Yes.
Are there aliens among us?
I agree that there is aliens among us, Men in Black. I saw the movie, okay? They
Exactly.
transform. But this one, to me, this looks so AI. It's ridiculous.
Photoshop right
yes.
there.
Oh, yeah.
So AI.
Could definitely be. So, Brian, you're
They're
yes.
already so much more advanced. It's going to look,
It's so they're making it look like it's
How do you
AI.
think we got AI?
Laura, you're a no.
No, bleeping fake.
Ireland, you're a all in.
I'm 100% opposite of Laura.
Bergman?
I just want to know, why are all UFOs circular? Why do they have to be
They're
circular?
not. Like
this one is very
Some
much.
of them are
This
like-
is what if you think of
some
a
of them are like
UFO.
Tic Tacs.
This is what it is.
It's
This
what
is
a
like
picture.
This looks like it's from an actual movie.
Yes.
This looks like if you had to dream up what a UFO would look like
Exactly.
for a movie, this is what it would look like.
if you go on ChatGPT and make a picture of
Oh, I should do
show
this.
me a UFO above a mountain, this is what they'll give you.
I don't know how to explain to you guys. Why would an alien race
No, they
care
exist.
about us?
They're real.
Why would they care? I think
No,
there
they
are
are real.
lots of
They're-
people out there, or
Yeah.
people, whatever they are. There's lots of life
Beings.
out there. Why would they care about coming here?
They're
What the-
bored.
I know, but
Exactly.
we're just a mess. Why would they? Why
Exactly.
would they come
They
here?
don't know
We need
what's
help.
going on.
The
Yeah, they
country's
do.
going to hell in a handbasket. They're here to help us.
We are their reality show.
And Brian thinks
It takes
they're walking.
2 hours to get out of Dodger Stadium unless you go with Bergman. We need help.
Yeah,
By the way-
Brian, by the way, says they're walking among us, right?
That's,
So in other
That's right.
do you know
100%
any? Have you
correct.
met any?
I mean, I've met some very weird people, so I'll chalk it up to that.
I tweeted the picture out just with the question, is it real? So you can follow that, pick it up at Venice Mason. You can see what it is we're talking about.
I
the way,
asked
there's a-
ChatGPT. Sorry, Greg.
Go ahead. What did the ChatGPT say?
It's processing an image. So once it does, I will send it to
it'll
you.
have a UFO in a minute.
Laura said that we are their reality show. There is a book that I read that is really, really good about aliens using
Is
Earth
it National Book Day today?
It is
It
National
is
Book Day.
National Book Day.
I
You
think
read
it's
a
called-
book.
I've read lots of books.
Okay.
Thank you. I think it's
Ding!
called
Excitement.
Planet Blue. It was a really, really good book.
You read all that science fiction
I know,
stuff.
it's fun.
By the way, he'll be in here next week. You guys can fact check him on this. Michael Thompson swears to me he has not read a book since college.
I believe
No. Really?
I believe
He
it.
reads newspapers and articles, but no books. Could you live your life that way? I love books.
I love books too. I always have a book on. You know what I started doing? I started reading books that have already been turned into movies, even if I read them before. So, like, I just finished a book called A River Runs Through It, written by Norman McLean. So now I'm going to go
Robert
and watch.
Redford took that
now I'm
book
going to
and
watch
made a
the
movie.
which I've seen, but it's kind of cool to do it after reading the book.
Are you a book is better than the movie guy, or movie sometimes better than the book?
The only time a movie has been better than a book is Silence of the Lambs.
Is the book no good?
Because the book does not end the same way the movie does.
You're forgetting a pretty big one.
Well, let me finish this. The movie Silence of the Lambs finishes with, "I'm having an old friend for dinner." Right?
Yeah, great line.
Great line. He's going to get the head of the... That wasn't in the book. That was added for the movie, and it is a genius ending.
All right, you're forgetting about the most obvious example of the movie being better than the book.
Okay.
Godfather.
Have you read the book? It's not
Yeah,
good?
I never read the book.
Mario Puzo. And by the way, there was a huge bidding war over who got to do the movie, but the movie's better than the book. It's the book.
No, the book is unbelievable.
Yeah, the book's great.
But the movie
is maybe the best movie of all time.
Right.
Yeah. What's the last book you read, Ireland?
What is the last book I read?
Not the Netflix or the
hold on.
HBO?
I think I got my Kindle with me.
Do you?
Yeah. Phil, for a second, I'll look.
Okay. Yeah. Bergman.
The last book I read, it's been a little while since I've read one, but I mean, I've read that. There's a few of the other books that I really liked. I told you about a couple books.
You did.
Yeah.
I never.
It was called one called Repeat, where you go back and repeat the same portion of your life over and over again until you learn something about it. At 40 years old, you just
Wait, is
end
that,
up
is
in
that
the
an
womb.
honest theory? Like, or is that just a
It's the
made-up
book.
theory?
That was their book. That was what the book was about.
Because
This
I
guy,
find myself like doing things, and I always have this
Deja
feeling.
vu?
Yeah, I've been here before. I've done this before, but there's no evidence that I have. But
it could be.
So to follow up here, AI has created an image of a flying saucer of a UFO over LA Live. This is what that looks like, John. Now, do you buy this? This is AI's version of a UFO over
Looks
LA
a lot
Live.
like that other thing you
Does
just
look
said.
a lot like it. All I said was
same
UFO,
thing.
and it
I
is a
sent you
flying
one,
saucer.
too.
Yeah.
What you got? What you did? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it looks like what? It's AI.
It's AI.
It's
Yeah. Now I'm
ChatGPT.
I
okay,
definitely
Mace, here are the
believe it's
last
AI.
5 books I bought on Kindle.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Lorne, the man who invented Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that's a
by
good one.
Susan Morrison. Okay. The Gambler, Secrets from a Life at Risk by Billy Walters. He's the guy that got into it with Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
This is a great book. Unscripted, The Battle for a Media Empire and the Redstone Family Legacy. You guys would love this book. Here's basically the story. Sumner Redstone, who I think just recently passed away,
Yes.
when he got older, got obsessed with giving away his money to younger, more attractive women.
Okay.
And it's
Good for him.
to the point where his family had to get involved and say, "Hey, I know you keep falling for these girls, but you've given away close to $1 billion to these women." And then women were lining up to be with this guy when he was in his 90s.
He's giving away billions of dollars. Of course.
Mace, you would love this book.
Yeah.
From Saturday Night to Sunday Night, a memoir by Dick Ebersol.
Oh, that's really good.
He was in the truck in Munich when all that stuff
Right.
happened.
Did you see that movie?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's a good movie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What was that called? November.
No, it's a date. September 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a really good thing. So, and then this a friend of mine wrote a book. My buddy Scott Swan's a news anchor in Indianapolis, and he's had a couple of near-death experiences in his life. So he wrote a book about hope and what keeps you going when you're near the end. And so I read that too.
Okay, these are my last 5. I read. I'm in the middle of A River Runs Through It, which is a great book by Norman McLean. Before that, I read The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro. Then I read Fahrenheit 451, The Life of Pi, and Al Pacino's Sonny Boy.
You know what?
Fahrenheit 451 is
So
tough.
you know what's
Biography,
interesting?
autobiography.
You know what's really interesting about you read 5, I read 5.
Yeah.
So 10 books.
Yep.
Only one of them loosely has to do with sports.
That's right.
The Billy Walters book.
Billy Walters book,
That
yeah.
He's a professional gambler who bets on everything.
Yep.
So that's even a reach. But isn't that interesting that when you and I get free time, we go away from
Yeah,
sports?
no, absolutely. Bergman, what about you?
I've read a bunch of books. Though there's something called the GFL. It's like the Galactic Football League. It's in space. I know. I read a lot of that stuff. But
Interesting.
So that was a sports book that I read. There's like 6 or 7 different parts. It's really interesting.
All right. So you read a lot of sci-fi. Laura,
I do.
You read books?
I love books. One of my really good favorite books I'm rereading is by Angie Martinez. It's called My Voice. It's a memoir from her. DJ in New York, if you guys don't know. Then The Psychology of Money, because I want to be better with my money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one that I've read. And I'm finishing another book that they told me was really good, and I didn't finish before, The Art of Possibility, Transforming Professional and Personal Life.
Okay, that's good.
So it's interesting. Nobody is like running to go read sports books.
Right.
None of us.
No.
Brian, anything?
I don't read too much, but the last book I did kind of dabble with was one my grandfather actually wrote.
Wow.
One your grandfather wrote?
Yeah,
the book.
he's published a few books.
Whoa.
Wow.
And it's about actually like a murder mystery on Catalina Island.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like based kind of like the LA
What's
area.
does he still make money if I buy this book?
Well, he has passed.
Oh,
so,
he's passed.
I mean,
Does the estate make money?
I'm
Is
not
it
sure,
a good
actually.
book?
I haven't finished it, so
Oh, okay.
I can't tell.
All right, well,
But he's
you'll
got
let us know.
a few murder mysteries out there.
All
so,
right,
yeah.
that's very cool.
Are
That's
you a
very
Kindle
cool.
person too, Mace?
I am
Or-
a Kindle person. I don't like carrying books around.
Am I the only physical book person?
Yeah,
I
but
have
I
to-
like
Hey,
physical
look
books,
at this.
too.
I basically have a library here. I have so many books here. I could never carry them around.
Because that's what else are you going to do on the plane? You can't really
Right.
watch stuff.
Well, I write a lot on the plane. Like I do like a game of games, or I'll get ready for the next Laker game or whatever. So primarily on planes, I write.
You know, it's weird. I am always writing a game of games. Like I've got today's game, and then I'm working on the game already for next
the right
week.
way
The
to do
moment
it.
you get a game, you've got a concept. You got to write it down.
By the way, you have next Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday. Excellent.
Yeah, I got
Thank you.
Monday.
All right. I'm working on next Tuesday
You have
now.
Friday. You have this Friday and next Friday.
And next Friday.
Today's
Okay.
game, by the way, a masterpiece. I don't want to brag, but a masterpiece. All right. Coming up next for
Jeopardy.
you, it's another Kings. By the way, I have not done Jeopardy in at least a year now
Right, it
because
has been a while.
everybody scolded me about doing Jeopardy.
It was every week that you were doing
and
Jeopardy.
and now it's gone. It's another
You
Kings.
ruined it, Greg. Your complaining ruined it.
It's another Kings playoff game day giveaway here on 710. Tonight, Kings versus Edmonton, game 2 at Crypto. Listen for your cue to call. When you do, be caller number 7, and you're at the game tonight. Listen all day for your chance to win. And, of course, tonight's going to be a big night at Crypto.com Arena.
Go, Kings, go.
Bob Miller.
Go, Kings, go!
And Go Kings Go tonight. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. Right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. They don't leave anything to chance. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. It's actually a little higher than that, 83%. So what are you waiting for? Go to that website and use ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
It's the night that an All-American becomes a top pick in the National Football League.
This is an exciting night for our players, for our teams, and for you, the fans.
And tomorrow is round 1 of the NFL Draft. As though there wasn't enough going on, we will get you ready for the 2025 NFL Draft all day long, right here on your home of the LA Rams. And at 3 p.m., Sedano, Cappy, DeMarco Farr, producer Lindsay Baseball, and me, Morales, will be live from the Rams Draft headquarters in Van Nuys.
In the 2025 Draft, Legends Attic selects Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce.
Hey, it's Travis. Let's kick off Draft Day at Legends Attic in Claremont this Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have the opportunity to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and Angels tickets. For more information and to purchase your tickets to meet Isaac Bruce, visit legendsattic.com. We'll see you on Thursday, April 24th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Ready to drive home in a brand new ride? The 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC is yours with an amazing 2.99% APR for 36 months. That's right, lock in super low financing at just 2.99%. Plus, drive with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Hyundai's Assurance Program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or online at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com to find your perfect Santa Fe today.
On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 36 payments of $29.08 per $1,000 financed. Offer expires 4/30/2025.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. It's Morongo's 20th anniversary. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get a free 20th anniversary beer stein when you order a draft beer at any of our signature bars.
Number 2.
Big League gift giveaway. Get a large rubberized tote bag when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 29th.
And the number 1 reason.
We've got live music all weekend to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
Morongo, good times.
And it is Mason and Ireland on this Wednesday afternoon. Lakers win last night and go Kings go tonight at Crypto.com Arena. Doesn't it feel good to be a P1 of ESPN LA and to be a sports fan, Jack? More of the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland with Bergman, continues right now.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, guys, so I love national days here, and I noticed that it was National Picnic Day. I've actually never, besides like in elementary school, gone on a picnic or set up a picnic.
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys had a picnic? If ever.
I think it was when I was a little kid. My mom used to have picnics. You bring the blanket and you get a bucket of chicken or whatever it is. And like we would always get a bucket of chicken for our picnics. It was a good, nice, it's a good hack. It's a good hack.
Just
get a bucket of chicken.
Going to the beach with a bunch of food count?
I mean, that's
technically
a picnic.
That's kind of a picnic.
Yeah, I do that occasionally.
Does it count if you go to the Hollywood Bowl with a picnic basket?
That's a picnic.
That's a picnic. That's a great one.
Yeah.
We're
Hollywood
going in
Bowl.
a couple weeks. Mumford and Sons is at
Are you
Hollywood
going to do a
Bowl.
picnic?
Basket, have some wine.
Yeah, we're definitely
red
going to
water
do that.
for you.
Charcuterie board?
Red water.
Charcuterie board.
Yep.
Yes. Brian, ever have a romantic picnic with Allison?
Yes. If you're ever in San Diego, Pacific Beach, there's a park, Kate
PB.
Sessions.
Yeah.
It's Kate Sessions Park, the best view for a picnic in Southern California.
Look at Brian.
Yeah, I like that.
Good man, Brian.
It's a good romantic thing to do.
Mate, that's
One
your
of the
kind
four.
of town, Pacific Beach. Nobody there wears long pants or shoes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's called home.
That's my dream.
Yep.
What's that, fool?
Shorts, t-shirt, and sandals all the time.
Okay, so we have the draft coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
So, of course, you can bet on the draft, all
Yes.
the little prop bets and stuff. So Prize Picks is offering a free prop bets kind of thing.
Okay.
Here's some of the best ones I think they have. Tell me which way you would go for tomorrow.
Okay.
So the first one, over under 10 seconds of Goodell being booed on stage.
More or less?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is it combined? Because
yeah,
he gets...
combined for the whole first round.
Oh, gosh. Way over.
Yeah, I think it's
More.
more than.
First rounders wearing glasses. They have the line set at 3.5.
Ooh, that one's tough.
A lot of sunglasses.
I'll go over.
Yeah, I'll go over too. I think we'll see some sunglasses. Yeah.
This one's a good one here. The amount of times ESPN goes to Adam Schefter, 10.5.
Well, it's
in the first round.
In the first round.
How long is the show?
32 picks.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they had no. They've
got Mel, they've got Field Yates, they've got all those
guys. Find out how many
guys.
times they've done it in the past. I think this is a trap. I'll go under.
This one I kind of draft attendees left undrafted.
Okay.
1.5.
I will
Shador
take.
is one.
No, he's getting drafted in the first round. I would say 1. I'd say under. I'd take the under. Maybe Jalen Milrose stuck there.
I'm going more on that one too. I think
Say
it's going to be a couple more.
Give me the terms of this bet again.
The amount of attendees left undrafted. They have the line set at 1.5.
Well, I think Jalen Milrose is not going in the first round,
and he's going
gonna
to the
be
draft.
there. But I think Shador is going in the first round. 1.5 is the perfect number. I think Milrose is going to be the only one. I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I'm also under on that.
I'll give you 2 more here. So the other one is first rounders crying. 3.5.
Under.
Yeah, I don't think I.
Oh, you don't think?
No, again, over. Yeah,
No, under.
They're
I'm
with their
agree.
moms
I'm
and with
over,
their dads.
yeah.
They get emotional. They go,
grow
I'm being
up. No,
drafted.
you don't need to cry.
Grow up.
Grow
Is that,
up.
what are you,
You don't
Michael
need to
Thompson?
cry. We didn't cry in my era.
Back in my day.
No crying in football.
And the last 2 they have are actually players. So the only players that they have are Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders, which I thought was kind of interesting.
What's the over-under on Shador?
Shador is 11.5.
Over.
Can I bet that? What's the odds?
Well, you have to put together like a 3 parlay.
Well,
so.
aren't there odds just for? So you're saying Shador goes
after the 11th pick?
After the 11th pick. Are you not convinced that's going to happen?
Yeah. Can I just bet it straight up?
You can, yeah.
For
not
mythical
on,
money.
Not on the
All
prize.
right, 5K mythical money.
5K.
Shador goes after the 11th pick.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
going to go
good.
the other way?
No, because I think he is going to go after the 11th pick. He just seems to be
But
falling.
remember, you know what could screw us, or me, because you're not betting it. Last year, nobody had Michael Penix going in the top 10, and
True.
he did. So I could get tripped up on this.
So if it's over 11, let's say it's 12, even after the first round, if he goes in the second round,
once it gets once I
still
get
win.
past
Once it
the
gets
11th pick, I win.
you win.
How many
Okay.
quarterbacks in the first round?
I'm going to go 3.
2.
4.
4.
Because you think Milroe.
Right. Or Jackson Dart.
No, see, Jackson Dart's my second.
Cam Ward.
Yep.
Shador.
Jackson Dart, and either Tyler Shuck or Jalen Milroe.
Oh, no way. I'll go 3 there. You want to bet it?
Yeah, I'll bet
I'll
it.
take 3 or under. You get 4 or over?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
5K.
5K.
There you go.
There you go.
Multiple bets for Ireland today.
Yeah.
Wait,
Because I can't bet basketball, so I'm
Yeah,
betting.
right.
I
Yeah,
can't bet
that's
football.
right.
Sorry, guys. I was writing down the bets here.
It's all right.
Okay, so I know that, Brian, you're into cruise ships. Ireland, you are kind of into cruise ships. Mason and I are not, even though I've never done one.
Right.
But I found this very interesting. This lady lives free on cruise ships. Her husband is a chief of staff engineer, so she gets to, not do laundry, not cook. She's like, I have the perfect setup. I also don't have to pay rent. She's like, but the only thing I cannot do on this cruise is gamble. Because the last thing they want is the chief of staff engineer's wife hitting the jackpot. So she cannot gamble.
Okay.
If you guys were to be able to live for free, not pay rent, not pay for food, not do your laundry, not do your... Pretty much, you're just hanging out on a ship. Would you guys actually live on a cruise ship?
Sign me up.
It's free.
Yep, for a year. I'll do it for a year.
Yeah, go port to port. You get to go see all these cool
It'd be great.
places.
It'd be our own episode of the Love Boat.
Exactly.
I'll be Isaac. You be Gopher. Come on, let's go.
I don't know who Gopher is, but I'm assuming it's
You
a bad
don't know
thing.
that Fred Grandy,
Fred Grandy.
the yeoman purser?
No.
Okay,
Congressman Fred Grandy.
All right, so here was the cast of the Love Boat. Gavin McLeod was Captain Stubing.
Yep.
Captain Stubing, I've heard of.
Julie McCoy was
Lauren
the cruise
Twees.
director. Bernie Capel from Get Smart was Doc.
Yep.
Ted Lang was Isaac, the bartender.
He
And
had the double point.
Fred
yeah.
Grandy was the yeoman purser, Gopher.
Yes.
I feel like Gopher is kind of a nut.
No,
he was-
Gopher. By the way, Greg,
trying
Gopher
to see a
probably
picture.
got the most action of the crew.
Yeah.
All in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be Gopher all day
I'll
long.
tell you what. I would.
All Isaac did was get people drunk.
You would have to
great
pay
life.
me to live on a cruise ship. That sounds awful to me. Have you
The
ever
husband
been,
is
those
getting
cruise
paid?
ship rooms are tiny. The boat is always
rock that
It
much.
does
Get yourself
rock.
a
It
suite.
absolutely rocks. The food, it's just like big buffet and a big pile of shrimp. People reaching
That's
in
not
and
how it
grabbing
looks on this boat.
It's like, and then everybody's got norovirus, and you're trapped at sea, and it sounds awful.
A friend of mine's daughter was like a performer on a cruise ship.
Oh, yeah?
And I think she really liked it. I think she was there for like 6 months.
Like I have friends that are stand-up comics that go on cruise ships, and you live there for the cruise, and you do a couple of sets during the night at the Grand Ballroom or whatever.
The only thing that I don't, not being able to gamble, what are you going to do all day long when you're not going port?
Well, wait a minute, Laura, that's my question. She can't enter like the big, like she can't play the slots and she can't enter the big jackpots, but she can probably play blackjack.
She can't do any gambling.
No gambling.
No gambling.
So are we going to play shuffleboard all day? I just can't imagine that.
Shuffleboard. I mean, they've got all these activities
Yeah,
now.
she
Don't
says
they have,
there's
like,
so many things to
friggin'
do.
roller coasters and
Bingo.
slides and all kinds of stuff.
Bingo, isn't that gambling?
Yeah,
Bingo's gambling.
he said bingo.
Yeah,
Although when
bingo.
you go on the cruise, there's like 300 people playing bingo at one time, so you're missing out.
What's the average median age of people playing bingo? That's got to be
It's
pretty
probably
high,
all up
right?
and down, right? 55 probably.
It's like a.
She could do Chumba. She don't need that.
Yeah,
money.
go Chumba Casino, where the action never stops. ChumbaCasino.com. All right, we got one more.
What's up,
Yeah, I got one more for you. So today is the 20th year of the first YouTube video, and YouTube actually came out and said they're going to try to limit doom scrolling, just the amount of time you can have just scrolling the YouTube shorts and whatnot. But here's my question about YouTube. So I just used it last week for a DIY little fixed problem I had on my truck.
Yep.
And I judge if I could do it by myself on a YouTube video by the length of these professionals that do it. So
Right.
my theory is anything that's 15 minutes or less in a YouTube video, you should be able to do by yourself.
Oh,
Anything
shave
more?
10 minutes off of that for me.
Oh,
So
just
you're
5
5
minutes or less, I'll do it. If
Okay,
it's 15
that's
minutes.
my question. What's your cutoff?
Yeah, I'm not like Sean Penn's dad in Fast Times at Ridgemont
Right.
High. My dad is not a TV repairman, and he does not have an ultimate set of tools.
Yes.
It needs to be simple if I'm going to do it.
I inherited this from my dad. We are the least handy people there are.
I
Like
can
we are
give you a run.
so
I can
not
give you a
handy.
run for your money.
Yeah, I mean honestly, if I bought something from IKEA, I would probably give it 5 minutes. Juan would give it 10 minutes, and then we'd have somebody come over and do it for us because I am absolutely lost on all that assembly stuff.
So I'll be like Jorge. Give me $200. I'll go do it. I love building stuff from IKEA.
Ugh.
All my furniture.
He's
that is
weird.
I built all my furniture. I really like doing it. And if it's a YouTube thing, I will take as much time as it needs. In
So
Hawaii,
easy.
yeah, when I was in Hawaii, I had to take off what's it called, on the car. So
Take off the hood.
No, not
The
the hood.
camper
Windshield.
thing?
I can't think of the word.
The camper?
tires,
The
the
tint?
fenders, the
on the windows so that you
bumpers,
can't see inside.
The tint.
Thank you.
The
I had to
tint,
take off the
okay.
tint from the
I knew
car.
we'd eventually
Oh, wow.
And I watched the YouTube video to do it. It took me like 2 hours, but I got all the tint off of all of it.
Took you a long time to even describe it.
I know. I couldn't think of the word tint.
Tint.
All right. There you have it. There's your What's Up, fool. I want to mention tomorrow is NFL Draft, and
Yeah,
it
it
is
is.
kickoff day at Legends Attic in Claremont. Travis and Kirk will be there tomorrow. Travis and Kirk Morrison from 9 a.m. to noon, broadcasting live. Rams legend Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce will be there. Chance to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and baseball tickets. For more information, visit legendsattic.com.
Coming up next, Luke Robitaille
Nice.
joins the show in time for Game 2, which is tonight.
Yes!
At Crypto.com, Arena Kings lead the best-of-7 series over the Oilers 1-0.
Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
But I'm still working on my McVeigh. I like when he calls George, but I'm working on McVeigh. I haven't spent enough time on it yet. I'm working on it, though. I want to be able to do.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George. I want to get it
Towards
so
the
that
end. You got it a little more towards the end.
I want to get it so that when McVeigh comes on, I can McVeigh him.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath
and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Pizza City Fest returns to Los Angeles at LA Live on Saturday, April 26th and Sunday, April 27th. The festival offers a stellar lineup of Southern California's best pizza makers in one location, giving fans the unique opportunity to taste, see live demos, and attend panel discussions with culinary experts over 2 days at LA Live. Get more info and buy tickets now at lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA. Once again, that's lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
And it is Mason and Ireland on this Wednesday afternoon. Lakers win last night and go Kings go tonight at Crypto.com Arena. Doesn't it feel good to be a P1 of ESPN LA and to be a sports fan, Jack? More of the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland with Bergman, continues right now.
Go, Kings, go!
Hey, what is going on? Lakers win last night. Tonight we get the Kings on the ice at Crypto.com Arena. Game 2 against Edmonton.
I'm nervous already.
And joining us right now, Luke Robitaille, president of the LA Kings. Luke, how you doing, man?
Doing great. You?
We are good. We are great, Luke. Now, the last game featured 11 goals, 6-5. Are we more likely to see another high-scoring game today, or is it your experience that it'll probably swing the other way and this game will be 2-1?
At this point, guys, it doesn't matter. As long as we have one more goal, that's all I care.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't.
So there was a very cool thing that happened at Game 1. The Koreatown Senior Community Center harmonica, I guess, class opened the national anthem at Crypto.com Arena, and then everybody chimed in and started singing with these women as they played their hearts out. You guys are going to do that again tonight, Luke. Tell me why.
Because it worked.
Exactly.
Remember you asked me about if we were superstitious. I said you never screw with a street.
Right.
There you go. So those ladies will keep on coming back as long as it keeps going our way. That's awesome, man. What's your advice for the crowd? What's your advice for the crowd tonight?
My advice for well, Steve, that's your chance to sing the anthem.
Oh, you're right. I can sing the anthem.
Oh, look at that.
With
the
ladies, with the
harmonicas. They're not giving you the spotlight.
Can I get a mic? Yeah, that's a no.
That laugh is
no.
That's a no. Yeah, I don't understand how you let me do it once and won't let me do it again. That's amazing to me. But
no, I didn't say I wouldn't let you do. We got to have a whole plan. Like, you know, the rules are different. The NHL watches everything we do.
Oh, is that
I gotta
right?
Make sure it's done.
The NHL might veto me singing the anthem. Wow, that's impressive.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah. Hey, so
they time you now and everything.
Luke, Evander Kane is coming back for the Oilers tonight. Is that something or nothing? If you're going to the game and you're a Kings fan, he's a pretty good player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player. Like we kind of knew he was really close. He's been hurt. He missed I think he missed a whole year, almost the whole. You know, but he's a good player. He's an impactful player. He could shoot. He could skate. So, first of all, once you get to the NHL, you're always really good. But he's a player we're going to have to be aware of, and it doesn't change anything that we do. But he is a good player for them, yeah.
So in the NBA, we talk about, and we saw it with the Lakers Game 1 to Game 2, adjustments. In hockey, are adjustments as important as they are in the NBA?
Yeah, there's a ton of adjustment that goes behind the scene with the coaching staff. And that's probably the biggest thing that's different from the season, because in season, even your divisional rival, you're only going to play them 4 times over like 6 months. But once you get in a playoff series, you play, 7 times in 14 days. So there's adjustment every game. There's a lot of routes and things that change. As much as when you watch hockey, it seems to be very disorganized and so forth. There's a lot of adjustment that's going on between each game on both sides, yes.
So, Luke, you guys have had a lot of, like the Lakers, you guys have had a lot of coaches over the last 10, 12 years. Daryl Sutter was there for 5 years, won 2 Stanley Cups. I really like this guy, Jim Hiller. Why'd you pick him? What drew you to him to coach the Kings this year?
I think the biggest thing is when Todd McClellan, we had to make a change last year, and then Jimmy came on board. We kind of knew he had the experience with other really great coach over I think it was over a 10-year span. And there was one thing that he was really good at right away is management behind the bench. And what I mean by that, in hockey, you put guys every 30, 40 seconds, or every minute they switch them off. And you have to manage each line, make sure each guys get the right amount of ice time. And there's a real there's something that's really hard to figure out for coaches. Some coach just roll him over without looking. Some coach can really adjust. And we saw he was really good at that last year. And then the other thing is when we got at the end of the year, a lot of players vouched for him on 2. None in a way, hey, we want this guy. They always use the word accountable. He kept them accountable to everything. So we thought that was the right way to go with him, and he hasn't disappointed.
Luke, he played for the Kings. Was he teammates with you back in the day? Or
yes,
did you...
he was. He wasn't here long ago. We were joking the other day because he was on the trade that in 92, 93. He got traded to Detroit when we acquired back Jimmy Carson and a couple of tough guys, and we ended up making that run that year.
Right.
But he was with us. He was coming out of college.
Did you have any indication back then that he might have this in him, that he was a coach, or did it just kind of evolve differently?
No.
Yeah, that's normally how it is, right?
No,
you can never tell.
No, yeah, you didn't have any indication. I mean, he went the long route, like he went and coached in junior hockey in Canada, and then went the minor leagues as an assistant coach, got in the NHL as an assistant coach. So he's had a long road to get all the way here. So it's well-deserved for him.
I'm curious because that was a wild game we saw, a 6-5 game, and the Kings obviously win that game 1. We mentioned adjustments. Do you see any adjustments that need to be made, and do you ever offer that kind of input to Jim Hiller and the coaching staff?
No. I mean, the one thing I learned about management, good management, is you have to understand the ranks. So for me to bypass our GM, our hockey ops, and go to the coach is not the right way to manage a team. Sometimes, you try to make a joke and you think it's going to work, but if you're going to manage and have a really good organization, people always talk about culture. And to have the right culture, everyone needs to understand their roles. And it's not my role to go tell the coaches what to do. So I think the best thing is if I have an opinion because I played the game, we'll sit together in hockey ops, we'll talk, and then our guys, whether it's Rob Blake or one of our assistant Jim or so forth, we'll talk with them. That's the way we've always done it, and we've had better results. And then everyone understands the way to go about as a team.
Luke Robitaille is our guest. Luke, last thing for me, you see the score of that game 1, and you see that it was 6-5. And I think people see that and they say, well, that's a bad night for the goalies. I watched that whole game, and I didn't necessarily think that was a bad night for the goalies. I thought there were some pretty exceptional plays made there. What do you think? You know more about this than I do. I mean, did the 2 goalies both have bad nights, or was it just one of those nights where a bunch of skaters made plays?
I would say you're right. I would say if you ask both goalies, they would both tell you they would want one maybe 2 go back. That they normally, when they're hot, it wouldn't happen. 1 for sure on both sides. So it makes it a 5-4 game if they both play great. So what that tells me is it's 2 good teams, like really talented players that can make plays that makes it like, some of the goals were, like you said, like, when you watch the goals, not the goalie's fault, they were great goals. And so I think it's 2 good teams and makes it's going to be a very interesting and fun series to watch from a fan standpoint of view.
All right. Hey, Luke, I'm coming to the game tonight, so I want to see you there. I'm really excited for it. Game 2. It is the Kings versus Edmonton and looking to take a 2-0 series lead. Thanks a lot for coming on as always, man.
Get
we
him,
appreciate
Luke.
it. Yeah.
Get him tonight.
Good night
All right,
tonight.
guys. I'll see you tonight.
See you tonight.
Okay.
All right, there's Luke Robitaille.
I'm doing something tonight that I'm unusually excited about, and I think it kind of makes me a nerd.
What's that?
But I don't care. So we're celebrating Lisa's birthday, which was last month.
Yeah.
My mom's coming up, and Jack's going. And so I told Lisa, pick any restaurant you want. And she picked Benihana, and I am super excited.
You know what?
Benihana's great.
Juan has wanted to go to Benihana for a long. Benihana is delicious.
Onion volcano.
Anytime he wants to go, we'll meet you guys there.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to? There's
Torrance.
one in Torrance. There's one in Santa Monica too. There's
Right.
still Benihanas around.
Right off of 3rd Street.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Santa Monica.
Exactly. Yeah, no, Benihana is
Okay.
delicious.
Well, we got a couple of minutes here. We're getting some listener questions.
Okay.
One for me, one for you.
Okay.
Okay. Let's tackle yours first.
Okay.
This from Riley Freeman.
Okay,
Hi,
Riley. Hey, Riley.
WTF do you type so hard?
Oh, yeah.
You know
That's a
we
thing.
can all hear that, right?
Yes.
Why do you type so hard?
Okay, so I want people to hear how much work I'm doing.
That doesn't surprise
I
anyone
want
who knows
everybody
you.
to know that I'm constant. No, it's sometimes I turn my mic off. I've gotten better about turning my mic off when I'm typing like that.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I know.
Just leave it on. We're used to
but
the typing.
when I turn my mic,
the mic thing is more annoying than the typing.
because I move my mic a lot.
You also bang the table a lot.
Oh,
so it shakes,
what is it?
shakes
Pick
the
on me
camera.
day? Is that
I'm
what
just
it is?
saying these
Pick
are
on
the things
Mason
that
Is
day?
it like a no? DeMarco, I was gonna say older person thing, but DeMarco also did that. Like he asked me if I could help him with something, and he goes
Did
on
you
his
say
laptop.
that it's an older person
He's like,
thing?
That's the wrong
Oh
thing
my
to say to
God.
Mason.
An older
you haven't
person
been working
thing?
with him long
You
enough.
just
Laura?
called Mason old. You
No,
did.
you
that
just
will,
called
that
me
will live in his head for
older
the whole
person
I'm
weekend.
36.
You just lost a friend.
Yeah, seriously, Laura.
You
I
just
cannot
lost a
believe
friend,
you
Laura.
came out and called me an older person.
All right. So here's the other question. This was just sent to me by
Bug me all day.
by
Oh,
Parker,
God, no.
who's monitoring the YouTube.
Yes. Okay.
This one from Bonnie. This is for John. I'm going to fly to Idaho in a few days. How do I get my THC sleep gummies with me?
Oh, yeah, it's a good question.
Help. Okay. So, Bonnie, I'm not.
Drive.
Yeah, that's what I did. I drove and then took a bunch
You've
of
got
them
a stash
with me.
of them there.
I do.
Yeah.
But, Bonnie, this is what I'd recommend. And Mace, you know this world better than I do.
Okay.
So, like yesterday, at Mason's party, Chris Ward brought me some sleep gummies, and he left them there, so I had Mace bring them to me yesterday. And they're still in the original packaging, and if you keep those packages sealed, they're odorless.
They are.
Okay? So what I would do, Bonnie, is put them inside your suitcase, but under no condition should you open them. Just pack them in between a bunch of shirts, and as long as you're not, like, putting 50 of them in there, like just enough to get you through the week, I doubt you will get any hassle. That's what I would do. I don't need to do that because, now what do you do when you go on vacation? We know you get stoned every day. How do you get the weed?
I find a hookup where I'm going.
But in Idaho, it's illegal.
Oh, is it?
Completely.
Yeah, but
Laura's
I'm sure
got
there's
something.
I'm sure there's a hookup
I got a
somewhere out
question.
But you said 50 for a week?
That's a lot.
No. I said don't put 50 in there.
Like, don't put
okay.
50.
Like,
I
for
said
example,
bring
I
50
asked
for a
Mace,
week.
in each package that Mace brought me,
You
there
got
are
like 10
5.
units. Oh, 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are 5 gummies. I'm taking 5 gummies.
Right.
And, you know, then I have them.
I'll just tell you, I would never advise anybody to fly with cannabis.
Even if
I think you can.
I think there's a cannabis
I don't.
policy.
What
at all
is
these
the
airports.
what is the law? I don't know what the law is. Can you fly with cannabis?
I was just gonna ask, since they're gummies, can you just like mix them in with sugar gummies?
Yep, that's what I do for the cruise.
That's what you do?
see?
Yeah, look at that.
You know,
I'm
on the
like,
cruise,
is-
you just put them in like an actual bottle that has
Gummies.
vitamin gummies. Yeah.
No?
Let's
kinda
see. Southern
smuggling, though,
California
right?
adults
So
20 and
maybe
over
not.
may possess 28.5 grams of marijuana, 8 grams of concentrated cannabis for personal use.
So that's well below what Bonnie's probably going to need.
LAX allows passengers to carry these legal amounts within the airport. They will not arrest individuals complying with state law. However, TSA checkpoints are under federal jurisdiction, and TSA officers will refer any discovered marijuana to local authorities.
Well,
So
I would never
it's very confusing.
carry on
No.
anything.
No.
But if it's in your suitcase, the chances of them finding it, particularly if it's odorless, are pretty slim.
Yeah.
But good luck, Bonnie. I hope you figure it out.
Good luck, Bonnie.
Or what you could do, Bonnie, is even though it is illegal in Idaho, it is legal in Washington. So you could, like I land where I go, I land in Spokane. So you could always go to a dispensary in Spokane.
It is the strictest anti-cannabis state in the country.
Idaho is?
Yeah.
Idaho?
Weed
Yeah.
is completely illegal. It is illegal for recreational. It's illegal for marijuana. CBDs are illegal.
CBD?
Even a small amount can lead to a
But-
misdemeanor charge, up to a year in jail and $1,000 in fines for under 3 ounces.
What a waste.
Right. But Mace, if she buys it in Washington and drives it into Idaho, she would have to be pulled over for some other reason. They're not going to.
That is true. There are a few options. One is to go to Oregon or Washington.
Yeah.
Don't you land in Washington?
Yes.
So if you land in Spokane,
Stop at a
right, there's a
dispensary and
dispensary
drive
there
in.
and then drive in. That
Yeah.
would be the way to go.
There you
That
go.
way you're finding a hookup where you're going.
There you go.
Trying to help people get their THC fix. All right, coming up next, we've got the Lakers even the series last night.
And Lucas says he and LeBron have a job to do when we land in Minnesota tomorrow. We'll tell you. We'll share that with you. What Luca thinks their job is.
That's coming up next for you. In the meantime, let's do it. It is officially time to Chumba. At Chumba Casino, the action never stops. Play online social casino games anytime, anywhere for free. No purchase necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots and so much more. Hundreds of games. You're never going to run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You could redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. Suit up, take your shot, and let's
Chumba.
Head to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. All right. Listen, before we get on, I want to make sure.
Go, Kings, go!
It's Kings playoff game day giveaway right now. Caller number 7. 877-710-ESPN. You will be at Game 2, Kings versus Oilers tonight at Crypto. 877-710-ESPN. Unbelievable prize. Be part of the Stanley Cup playoffs by being there tonight to see the Kings try to take a 2-0 series lead over Edmonton. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the night that an All-American becomes a top pick in the National Football League.
This is an exciting night for our players, for our teams, and for you, the fans.
And tomorrow is round 1 of the NFL Draft. As though there wasn't enough going on, we will get you ready for the 2025 NFL Draft all day long right here on your home of the LA Rams. And at 3 p.m., Sedano, Cappy, DeMarco Farr, producer Lindsay Baseball, and me, Morales, will be live from the Rams Draft headquarters in Van Nuys, bringing you pick-by-pick coverage as the NFL Draft goes down in Green Bay.
NFL Draft is now officially open.
And at 6 p.m., we'll join ESPN Radio's live network coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft. We're all over it Thursday and Friday right here on your home of the Los Angeles Rams, 710 ESPN, and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
In the 2025 draft, Legends Attic selects Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce.
Hey, it's Travis. Let's kick off draft day at Legends Attic in Claremont this Thursday, April 24th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have the opportunity to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and Angels tickets. For more information and to purchase your tickets to meet Isaac Bruce, visit legendsattic.com. We'll see you on Thursday, April 24th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Mason, Ireland, on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe it.
We do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No.
Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
Very different Lakers performance last night than we saw in Game 1. They came out really, really passionate and on fire, made every big play, played defense really hard. Great night for Luka Doncic. He had 1 assist in Game 1. He had 9 assists last night. The ball really moved, and they were able to find open looks, and despite a bad fourth quarter, they were able to hang on and beat Minnesota.
Brian, is this Dua Lipa?
Yeah, this is
right.
Dua.
Yep. Yeah.
Is this levitating?
No. Dance Tonight.
Dance Tonight.
From Barbie.
Nice.
Yeah, so Luka, after the game last night, said that somebody asked him, and they said something along the lines of, Minnesota, when they have home court, is going to try and do to you what you did to them. They're going to be uber physical. They're going to try and rough you up. How do you not panic? And here's what Luka said.
Me and Braun, leaders of the team, we got to keep the team together. Like I said, going into to Minnesota is going to be a war. The fans are going to be cheering like crazy. So no matter what, we can't panic. We got to stay together, and that's on me and Braun to keep the team together.
So it'll be interesting to see if there are any technical fouls, if there are any fights, because it got close a couple of times last night.
Sure, it did.
And they reviewed for a couple of flagrants, ended up not calling one. But
Vanderbilt almost fought the whole team at one point.
Yeah, and the weird thing is he used to play there.
Right.
He knows all those guys. So I'm excited about Friday. I think it's going to be a street fight. Street fight part 2.
Rock fight is
Yeah.
what JJ said afterwards. By the way, JJ, in the third quarter, really went after his team. We've got some audio, and I'm not sure how clear this is, but I'm going to play it.
So basically what he said was, Jesus effing Christ, what the F are you guys doing?
Yep.
And then he walked out, stormed out to the middle of the court, and then turned around and got back in their faces again.
Yep.
which I loved.
Changed everything. I love coaches that do that. You just don't see it very often anymore.
Yeah, when was the last
They
Lakers
asked
coach
LeBron
to
about
really
it.
yell at people?
They asked LeBron about it after the game, and LeBron said, yeah, we know he's always one bad play away from exploding, but we try not to kill the messenger and just try and interpret the message.
Yeah, right.
But it seemed like LeBron liked it.
So it's weird that Luka and LeBron also will listen to that. You think they've
Right.
been in the league for so long and they don't listen to really very many coaches. They know what they're doing. To listen to JJ, it's interesting.
Yeah. So game 3 is Friday in Minnesota.
8:30 in Minnesota, so 6:30
here.
LA time. The pregame show with Michael and Beto will start at 5, and then on Sunday it's an early game, 12:30. So the pregame show will start at 11, and we'll have the game for you at 12:30. So we're going into Minnesota tomorrow. We're playing Friday. We're playing Sunday day. We'll be back home by 9 o'clock Sunday night. And game 5 isn't until Wednesday.
Yeah.
So the Lakers are going to get to spend the majority of the time in their own beds in LA, which could help.
Yeah, I think that makes a huge difference. But
And a game tonight that you should keep an eye on, Warriors-Rockets. If the Warriors win, they'll be up 2-0 with the series coming back to San Francisco. That was that scenario you described yesterday where Houston would then have less than a 1% statistical chance of winning the series.
Yes.
If they blow the game tonight. So the Warriors can deliver some type of a knockout punch tonight.
So I wanted to change subjects on you here for a minute. The most talked about player in the NFL draft is Shedeur Sanders. Tomorrow is the NFL draft.
Right. I would draft him.
So Tom Pelissero, who's a really good NBA writer, analyst guy, says that he talked to an assistant coach who said this. Sanders was the worst formal interview I've ever been in my life. He's so entitled. He takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. He has horrible body language. He blames his teammates. But the biggest thing, he's not that good. That is a really hard piece of analysis.
Who are you attributing that to?
Tom Pelissero, assistant coach, told him.
All right. So this assistant coach contradicts himself right out of the gate.
In what respect?
The first sentence was about the interview, right?
Yeah, worst formal interview I've ever seen in my life. So entitled.
And all of the criticisms were about on-the-field play, right?
Correct. Takes unnecessary sacks, never plays on time, horrible body language, blames teammates. Not that good.
I watched 10 of Shedeur's games at least. None of that is true.
Yeah.
None of it. And by the way, if you won't put your name on it and it's an anonymous ripping of a player, you're gutless.
See, no, I'm okay with this. This is the way the world operates. The world operates on sources.
But Mace, this isn't a whistleblower blowing up Cassian. We're talking about a football player.
Right. It's just a football player. So why does an anonymous source matter?
Right. If your opinion is Shedeur Sanders sucks, say it. It doesn't make you a bad person. If you don't think Shedeur can play in the NFL, say it. And then
what about more anonymous sources?
Okay.
Longtime AFC exec. Interview was terrible. He wants to dictate what he's going to do and what is best for him. He makes you feel small.
I wasn't in the interview, but I will say this. You're either a believer in Shedeur or you're not. I am. If all you teams want to pass on him and he drops, I'll tell you this,
he's going to drop.
If he drops to 26, I think the Rams should take him.
Wait, he says he makes you feel small?
He makes you feel small is what he said.
Sounds
he wants
more,
to dictate everything and do what's best for him.
He makes you feel small sounds like a personal problem. If you're being made to feel small by somebody, that's on you. That's not on Shedeur.
There is a personal problem between this assistant coach, this AFC executive, and Shedeur Sanders. There's no question there's a personal problem between them. And the problem is, as we watch Shedeur tomorrow night, we know quarterbacks get taken near the top of the draft, and always there's a surprise. If he really does fall, it's indicative of the fact that people don't think he's good enough. The attitude you can work with, the attitude you can conceivably fix, but in terms of talent, like this guy says, not that good, people have projected him a great version of Shedeur Sanders. Figures everything out, right attitude, all that stuff. A great version of him is Kirk Cousins.
I would never want to be compared to as a great career
Now,
to Kirk
is that
Cousins.
a top 10 pick? Is Kirk Cousins worth a top 10 pick?
I don't know top 10, but first round, Kirk Cousins has had some really successful seasons. This borders on. Deion was super cocky. He's very sure.
And his
of
kid apparently is too.
He's very sure of himself, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But Deion was an unbelievable player.
Great
if
player.
Shador follows in the footsteps of Deion, then I think you're getting a steal. In this thing that he's entitled. So Eli and Peyton Manning came from money.
But did they have a sense of entitlement? I don't know.
Well, Peyton got accused of all that stuff in college, and he turned out to be a great pro. I would not hesitate to draft Shador. Would you guys?
Yeah, I would.
I probably would too. I think he's going to actually drop out of the first round. If he gets to 26,
By the way, if he does drop out of the first round, isn't that indicative of the fact that everybody thinks the same thing about him?
I can't imagine he'll get past both the Steelers at 22 and the Rams at 26 because they both need quarterbacks.
Well, they're very happy with Mason Rudolph and Pitt.
Yeah,
They're
right.
idiots.
Right, sure, they're very happy. Now, I think the Steelers absolutely take him. I mean, New Orleans is a
They're at
perfect
9.
spot for a quarterback, but I think Shador is going to go past them.
Do you want Jackson Dart? If you had Jackson Dart or Shador Sanders?
Well, in my very careful analysis of both Jackson Dart
just
and
what you
Shador
want.
Sanders, I watched all their games. I want Jackson Dart. But I also, I
want the guy that is going up draft boards consistently. He was like a third or fourth round pick originally.
You know what I really want? I want a player who is going to make them better this year. I'm not worried about next year right now.
So you don't want a quarterback then?
No, I don't want to go quarterback.
You got to have somebody behind.
I want to go cornerback. I want to go offensive lineman. I want to build around Matthew Stafford as opposed to trying to replace Matthew Stafford.
I mean, he's one injury away from the whole season going
Everybody
to hell.
is.
Yeah, but if you have somebody behind him that can play, it's a little bit different and can learn from Matthew Stafford.
We have Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
Ugh.
No, we actually have.
That's my everything.
We actually do
John,
have
go-
Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's a personal problem.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next did you see the whole Luka Doncic Nike campaign that's rolling out right now?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it.
Very, very cool.
Okay.
Got a little taste of it coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs was a riveting affair at Crypto.com Arena in downtown LA. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs was a riveting affair at Crypto.com Arena in downtown LA as the Kings outlasted the Oilers for a thrilling 6-5 Game 1 win.
Kings bank it up the wall into the neutral zone. Here comes Trevor Moore, one-on-one. Moore waits, hits the trailer. Deneau shoots, scores! Deneau! It found its way through! A nylon-seeking puck trickles past Skinner, and with 41 seconds left, it is 6-5 LA! Puck tied up. Kings work it free. Kempe chips it down the ice. It will not be an icing, and the Kings win Game 1.
Tonight, the Kings host the Oilers for Game 2, looking to take a 2-0 advantage on the road north of the border. It's the Kings and the Oilers. Game 2 starts at 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on 710 ESPN and the new ESPN LA app.
And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go. That's
Good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Hey, tomorrow's the NFL Draft. So we are at Legends Attic in Claremont. Travis and Kirk Morrison are going to be there from 9 a.m. to noon, broadcasting live. Rams legend Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce is going to be there. Chance to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and baseball tickets. For more information, visit legendsattic.com. All right, so there's a brand new campaign with Jordan Brand and Luka Doncic, and I saw it last night. At some point they just went to it, the full thing. It's a 7-minute little mini movie.
Okay.
And the idea is that Luka is going to trial. And here is, we cut about a minute, 20 seconds out of this. Listen to the way this bad Luka campaign goes.
Mr. Doncic, thank you for joining us. Is something funny, Luka?
I don't know.
Because let me assure you, charges of hassling referees, antagonizing season ticket holders, and crushing playoff dreams are no laughing matter.
I'll keep them in line, Your Highness.
Good. Prosecution, your witness.
Your Honor, I call to the stand Danny Fandango. You reffed one of Luka's first NBA games, is that correct?
That's correct.
Do you recall what he said to you after the first quarter of this first game?
He said my uniform looked dumb.
Dumb how?
I don't know, just dumb.
Juror number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you tell me what the witness just said?
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. It's just that his shoes are really nice.
We're here to decide whether Luka should answer for his bad behavior, not admire his very nice shoes.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yes. It will be difficult, Your Honor, but I will try.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Defense, your witness.
Defense.
Defense. It's very fun. It's kind of like an episode of Law and Order a little bit. It is very, very funny. Really good actors and a really good bit.
I'll tell you this: Luka's people are amazing.
They are so smart.
They do such a great job for his social media and just everything that he does. Even when he comes out here and he buys parking,
buys
for
a parking lot
everybody,
right away. Yeah,
brings out his car.
Gave money to fire relief. I mean, he's
Luka's also only the second global superstar I've ever seen that stops and signs autographs.
Is that right?
Every single time.
That's very
The other one
cool.
was Magic. Magic was that way too. He would stop and sign for anybody. Luka, if we're getting on the bus and we're late, Luka doesn't care. He'll always stop and sign for people.
Yeah,
He's really
which
good
is
about
very
that.
cool. Which is very cool.
Very.
All right, so I want to make a little extra time because I have got a masterpiece for Game of Games.
If you do say so yourself.
I don't want to over promote it. I don't want to oversell it, but I will say masterpiece.
I just thought about something.
What?
A or B?
Is it A or is it B?
Starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whose game is it? Brian, it's your game tomorrow?
Do we start? Are we in the home stretch?
They start being worth 2 tomorrow.
Wednesday.
So
Nice.
my lead is seriously in jeopardy because
Nice.
I'm not even on the show tomorrow.
Laura, what's our score right now?
I will let you know, but I know
Ireland's
is
definitely
leading.
I have 5, but does anyone have 4?
Yes, Brian does.
Oh, but you
Come
can't win
inform
tomorrow.
me.
So Brian has 4. I have 3. And I believe Mason, Pepe have 2. Michael and Greg have 1.
Okay.
I got one.
I'm not here Friday.
You got
so.
one.
All right,
You got
so
one.
Laura can't catch anybody on Friday.
Right.
And,
And
I
Brian
can't
catch anybody tomorrow.
Me
So
either.
that
So
opens
that's
the
an
door
opening
for me.
you two idiots.
Exactly.
I need to win a couple.
Exactly. All right, we'll do Game of Games coming up next. In the meantime, did you know that Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. So next time you donate or shop, you're not just decluttering, you're empowering somebody's future. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland. But I'm still working on my McVeigh. I like when he calls George. But I'm working on McVeigh. I haven't spent enough time on it yet. I'm working on it, though. I want to be able to do.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George.
I appreciate you buttering me up, George. I want to get it
towards
so that,
the end. You got it a little more towards the end.
I want to get it so that when McVeigh comes on, I can McVeigh him.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Two LA comedy legends unite to bring it home.
Gabriel Iglesias, Jokoy. One night only, March 21st, 2026, SoFi Stadium.
The food, the culture, the people, the vibe, the energy.
This is Gabe's home, and this is my home.
It's LA. So you better believe the two of us are going to bring our A-plus game and then some.
Tickets on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Jokoy, Gabriel Iglesias.
SoFi Stadium.
Are you kidding me?
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York. Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, it is Game of Games time, and it is Brian Cohen, Laura Romo, John Ireland, and Greg Bergman to play. This is a game about Dodger playoff songs. So I'm going to play the
Bergman,
song.
you're going to be a heavy favorite
I'm
here.
terrible at this.
I'm going to play the song. I'll tell you the artist and the song title. Then multiple choice, you'll guess whose playoff song it is.
Oh, Lord.
So everybody's intimidated by this?
Make sure that doesn't go on the YouTube page. Thank you.
All right. Here is number one. This is Lovin' on Me by Jack Harlow. All right. That is the playoff song for A, Will Smith, B, Austin Barnes, or C, Kirby Yates. Bergman. Will Smith, Austin Barnes, Kirby Yates.
Let's go with Austin Barnes.
Austin Barnes, Ireland.
Kirby Yates.
Kirby Yates. Brian.
Give me Will Smith.
Will Smith. Laura.
I think it is Barnes.
Who'd you say?
I think it's Barnes, isn't it?
No, it is actually Will Smith. That's the correct answer.
So who got that, Brian?
Yeah, Brian
Okay.
got that. All right, number two. This is Thinking About Me by Morgan Wallen. Is that the playoff song for Max Muncy, Blake Trinan, or Blake Snell, Ireland?
I'm going to go Blake Snell.
Blake Snell. Brian.
Trinan.
Trinan. Laura.
I'm with Brian Trinan.
Trinan. Bergman.
Yeah, I'm going Trinan.
Correct answer. Max Muncy. That's his
Ooh,
playoff
we all
song.
missed it.
Morgan Wallen. Yeah.
Okay.
Number three. This is, John, you know who this is. Dua Lipa, Levitating. Is that the playoff song for Kike Hernandez, Tommy Edman, or Chris Taylor? Brian.
Taylor.
Says Taylor. Laura.
Edmund.
Edmund. Bergman. Edmund. Ireland.
Kike.
You know what? You guys are fairly awful at this game. Brian got it right. It is Chris Taylor. So Brian has 2. Nobody else has scored.
Yeah, because we're all
Are we
guessing.
all getting the DeAndre?
I'm curious from Brian. Do you now? I know you put the music in, but blindly. You don't know
Right,
anything.
yes.
What
I was
it's
going to
related
say,
to.
he did put the music
Yeah,
in.
I know,
so.
but I just gave him links. I did not tell him even what the game was about.
Okay.
Do you recognize the songs, having watched a lot of Dodger games?
A few of them, yes.
A few of them, okay.
I never pay attention to that. It's not.
It
Well,
doesn't
let's
register.
see if we can test this again. This is Born of a Broken Man by Rage Against the Machine. Is that the playoff song for Dustin May, for Jack Dreyer, or for Tanner Scott, Laura?
Dustin May. I don't know.
Dustin May. Bergman.
Jack Dreyer.
Jack Dreyer. You say it like a tough guy.
Yeah.
Ireland.
Who's the one that hasn't been picked?
Tanner Scott.
I'll take him.
Tanner Scott. Brian.
Tanner Scott.
Correct answer. Dustin May. Laura
Oh,
is the
I got
one that takes the
one.
point there.
So I got a chance to get the.
You
what is
do.
it?
DeAndre.
Is it
I think we
DeAndre.
both do.
The
It's a
DeAndre.
DeAndre.
It's
yeah,
the
we do.
DeAndre.
Greg and I have been shut out so far. How many are left?
4.
All right.
What if it's double? Is it the Ireland Bergman Ireland?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
something
being
like
like a
that.
law firm.
Bergie
right.
I don't know.
Number
Yeah,
5
Bergie,
here
yeah.
is Baya Comingo by Davey, Victor, and Cardenas. Is that the playoff song for Freddie Freeman, for Alex Vesia, or for Luis Garcia, Bergman?
If anybody gets this wrong, they
Freddie,
should
Vesia,
be
Garcia.
ashamed of themselves. Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman, Ireland.
I think he's right. I think it's
Freddie Freeman. Brian. Freddie. Laura.
Unanimous. It is
Yeah,
Freddie.
everybody knows that one, huh?
Yeah, that one's
That
pretty.
was in the Apple doc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Apple doc was fantastic. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
I only watched the first one, the Freddie episode.
All of them were
you
so
need to
good.
watch all of them, May.
Okay, Brian 3,
only
Laura
3.
1, Ireland 1, Bergman 1. Here is number 6.
I got 2.
This is Gasoline by Seether. Is that the playoff song for Alex Vesia, Anthony Bonda, or Ben Kasparius, Ireland?
Ben Kasparius.
Kasparius, Brian. Kasparius, Laura. Kasparius, Bergman.
Vesia.
Vesia takes the point. Yes, it
Oh,
is
there you
Alex
go.
Vesia's playoff song.
All right,
When I
Brian
went to
has
the
to
game
go
last
first.
week,
Brian, you have how many? 3?
Brian has 3, Laura and Greg have 2, John has 1.
Okay. Here is number 7, a song we know and love. Bob Marley, You Could Be Loved.
Cody Bellinger.
Is that the playoff?
That's a good one.
Is that the
Mason.
playoff song for Kirby Yates, Michael Conforto, or Ben Kasparius? I think we now go to our leaders. Brian, you have to go first. Kirby, Conforto, or Kasparius?
Like Kirby Yates.
Says Kirby Yates. Laura.
I'm going with the leader, Kirby Yates.
Kirby Yates. Bergman.
Kirby.
Kirby, Ireland.
I need to make up a point, so I'll go Conforto.
And you don't get that point because it is Kirby Yates.
Okay, so everybody got that but me?
Yeah, I think
I might
Ireland
be out.
Ireland is out early in this game.
Yeah, this game was not my cup of tea.
So Brian 4, Laura 3, Bergman 3. Here we go. Here is number 8. It is Young Jeezy, Soul Survivor. Is that the playoff song for Anthony Banda, Mookie Betts, or Michael Conforto, Brian?
It's like Banda.
Banda. Laura.
I don't have to go
There's
opposite,
2 left.
right?
You don't have to go opposite.
Yeah, I'll do Banda.
I'm going to do Banda. Bergman? Banda,
Feels
Betts,
like
or Conforto?
Should I make my move now? No, I'm going to go Banda.
And you're all wrong, unanimously incorrect. The correct answer is Mookie.
Mookie.
That's one of his 2 playoff songs.
Oh.
Yeah, Soul Survivor by Young Jeezy.
I was going to get it wrong anyway. I was going to say Conforto.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. This is, Brian, you're the leader. Laura, you got 3. Bergman, you got 3. This 9th song is called Stay by Zed and Alicia Cara. Is that the playoff song of Austin Barnes, Tommy Edman, or Michael Kopech, Brian?
I'll take Austin Barnes.
Austin Barnes. Okay, you guys got to go either Edman or Kopech, Laura.
I'll go Edmund.
Edman? Bergman?
I'm going Edman as well.
Edman is the correct answer, and we've got a
four-way tie.
Well, a 3-way tie at 4.
Oh, 3-way tie at 4. Yeah,
You
that's
blew
right.
it, Brian.
You
I
had
thought
it
it was
there.
Blue World by Mac Miller.
Oh,
Tommy
okay.
Edman. That's what it was last year. So.
That's what. Yeah, this is according to MLB.com for this year. All right, here we go. Here's the tiebreaker. Three players in. If you combine Mookie Betts' career hits with Tommy Edman's career hits, with Freddie Freeman's career hits, what is the total? So Mookie's hits, Edman's hits, Freeman's hits, combine those. How many hits does that make? Go ahead and write something down.
I got a number.
You got a number? Bergman, what's your number?
4816.
4816. Okay. Laura.
10,000.
10,000. Well done, Laura.
Yeah,
wow, Hall of Famers, all 3 of them.
I was going to say, straight to the Hall of Fame.
They got 3,000 hits apiece, Laura. It's unbelievable.
I know.
Brian.
3,200.
Correct answer.
Greg.
4,556. That makes Greg
Look what I
Bergman
wrote
right
down.
there.
What did you write, 4,500?
4,500. Yeah, you went right there. You missed it by 57. Yeah, Freddie's got 2,200 hits. 2278. Edmonds got 646 and Mookie 1633 for a total of 4557.
Yeah, I figured 2,500 for right around there for
I figured
Freddie.
1,500 for Betts and Freeman and 500 for Edmund. That's how I get to 4,500.
Now, I'm going to ask you guys.
And by the way, I added wrong. That's 3,500.
Oh, that's right. You even got your own math wrong.
Yeah.
So was that game a masterpiece?
Here's the only thing I don't like about it.
Okay.
If you listen on the podcast, you can't hear the music.
Yeah, and we're not allowed to play it on YouTube either.
We can't play music on YouTube?
No.
So if anyone goes back and plays this,
well, that
they
sucks.
can't
I
play.
assumed it was
You
available.
talked through it, so it was a little bit, and you said what the song was.
Yeah,
so
I
it was a little
said
bit better.
I tried to give the song title and stuff like
They won't
that.
get the full essence of the game
Right,
if they listen
right.
on
But the
thing.
game was great.
Yeah, that game was good.
It was actually really good.
You got caught by rules.
Yeah, rules. Damn rules. Been breaking
Break
those my
the
whole
rules.
life.
Breaking the law.
So how you feeling about tonight, Kings? Huh? I'm so excited to go over there. There's apparently, Greg, are you going to the game tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to the game.
There's
and
like
to
a
the
little private-y
Yes,
kind of
yes.
thing on the patio place, which I've never been out on before.
I don't
Do
actually
you
know where.
think I went? I did a Laker parade from there one year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
It's pretty cool up there.
Well, this is now they've got that deck now. Have you been out on that deck? It looks really cool.
It's great.
Who all's going from the station?
I know it's me, you, Nick Riley, Deshay, and maybe one other.
Okay, cool. And we're going to hang out with Luke?
Yep.
I assume?
I assume Mike Altieri.
Mike Altieri is going to be up there. I'm really excited for the game. There's nothing quite like being at a playoff Stanley Cup playoff game. It really is exciting.
I asked Luke about this, but I wonder if it'll revert 11 goals in game one. I wonder if it'll revert to a lower scoring game. It almost has to, right? I think it'll be like 3-2.
I think it has to. They can't keep scoring like that.
Probably. Darcy Kemper, the goaltender for the Kings, was playing really well, and then all of a sudden just fell apart right
Although,
at the end.
as Luke said, those were
Last 3
really
minutes.
good goals. In fact,
Yeah,
if
they
you
were
look at that McDavid goal, to
when he passed himself off the boards.
to the far corner of the
Crazy.
net is just nuts.
He's so fast, and he can control the puck for as long as he wants to. He can have like 15, 20 seconds holding the puck.
So I want to do one last thing here. Yesterday we played some sound of Shaq on the set of Inside the NBA, having to get up in the middle of the show and rush to the bathroom. So last night they did Shaq a favor, and they put a porta potty on the set. Here's a little bit of that.
I'm blind, man. I missed a whole porta potty. You're right, Travis Anderson. I missed a porta potty. A porta potty. What party? Well, it is a party sometime. Rarely. So it's a party sometime. You're doing that. And since you brought it out here, oh, so you actually gonna use it now? Oh, I hope not. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Did he use it?
Last night, by the way, folks.
Yes, he
Did he use it?
But I
he
will
went
say,
into the can.
I will say
Listen.
this. I don't think Shaq fits in a porta potty.
Oh, he fit.
Did he fit?
He fit. And
Was
you
this
could
like
hear
a
the
double wide?
splash, 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 splash.
Yeah.
It was gross.
Oh, so he actually went?
I mean, I'm sure they had like just sound effects in there for him
Right.
to play around with.
Again, I'll say it again. I hope when that show moves next year to ESPN, they don't give him a bunch of stupid rules and make him like be more professional.
I don't think they're gonna.
They're never gonna.
That's still owned by Turner.
Right.
Porta potties in the studios.
Well, hopefully, then maybe they'll let their own show have fun. You know.
Well, isn't this our own show now?
Not till next year.
But next year, don't you think that this is the show?
Right. Well, do you think the other one just goes away?
Well, I don't know. Doesn't it get replaced by Inside the NBA?
And right
Doesn't
now,
the normal NBA?
Right now, Inside the NBA only runs on 2 nights.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And ESPN runs basketball on like 5 nights.
Oh, right. They got Wednesdays. They got
so I
Saturdays.
think there still will be a
Fridays.
role for Stephen A. and Wilbon and
I mean,
Malika and
look,
all them.
Stephen A. is, he's in his own category. President Stephen A. is in his own category.
But if you turn Stephen A. loose, I think he'll have a lot of fun. But
Right.
if you make him play by your dumb rules, he won't.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's coming up next? Do we have
we
Sedano
have
and Capo?
Sedano and Cap and a special guest
And
that
a
is
special guest.
joining for Crosstalk.
Awesome. We will do that coming up
Drink
next.
for Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you for just a minute about Prize Picks, my absolute favorite app. Download the Prize Picks app, use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. You've heard that before, but let's talk about this. Now that the basketball season is over and we're pulling into the postseason, do you want to go VIP style to the championship? Would you like to do that? I'm sure you would. Basketball's championship series is not that far away. And starting with the play-in round, which is going on, every lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you in the Takes Two ticket sweepstakes. It's on right now on the Prize Picks app. And this could get you and a +1. So you and your guest are going VIP style to the ship, okay? The ship, as in the championship. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. Prize Picks, run your game.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Cappy's in South, and look who's here, our old friend LZ Granderson. What's going on, LZ?
Oh, nothing but Lakers.
Yeah, nothing but Lakers,
Lakers. I wasn't here the first game, and they lost. I showed up the second game. I don't know.
There you go.
And they won.
It's all about you.
I didn't say that part. I didn't say that part.
Yeah.
You did.
They didn't play all that great, but they still won. Yeah. Cappy, what's going on back there?
Well, I had to pull down to South, in advance of tomorrow and Friday's big draft shows.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
have
right.
Terrible FOMO about George going to the Kings game tonight, me not going to the Kings game. Yeah. And I'll just say this, Mace.
Yes.
I'm on Team Ireland here.
In what respect?
In the respect that you didn't leave the game early.
No, I did not. In fact, I left almost immediately.
So let's ask LZ and George.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
let them vote. Here's what Cappy is describing. Mason and I have a bet.
Okay.
Mason never stays for games. He
Right.
says he's turning over a new leaf. So what he'll
For
do
the playoffs, yeah.
for the Laker games, he'll go for the first half, then he'll go home. For Dodger games, he gets there late and sometimes stays to the end.
Although Bergman would vouch for me, I do stay to the end of Dodger games.
That's actually worse.
He says that the playoff games, LZ, are a different animal. He says that he will never leave a playoff game early. So I said, all right, what games are you going to this week? He goes, I'm going to Lakers game 2 on Tuesday. I'm going to Kings game 2 on Wednesday. And I'm going to stay for the whole game. So last night, we end Mason in Ireland. I go in the back, work on the show just before I have to go do the game, and I get a text from Mason. Plumbing problems. I'm out tonight.
Now, was it plumbing problems, or was it that the gym didn't have a shower? Oh, no. The gym I never even made it to. I got a call literally while I was leaving the building from Juan saying, get here. There's guys here. There's roots in the main line where they may have to dig up the yard. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Now my argument, LZ, is that Juan could have handled all these problems.
Nah.
Mason,
I don't know their business.
Okay, but I say
That's
since
true.
Mason
Thank you,
punted on the game, I have an argument that I win the bet.
I
'Cause
didn't.
he didn't show
I did not leave the game.
He wins
No,
the
I
bet.
said you didn't.
But you said you were
didn't
going,
make-
and then you didn't go. The bet was I will go to the game?
No, the bet was you will leave early.
Well, I never went. How could I leave
Right,
early?
that's what we're talking about.
That's
kind of like leaving early.
That's leaving early.
So
well, you're lucky because this was decided by the 3-person panel.
Yes.
Of Brian Cohen, Greg Bergman, and Laura Romo, and the only person that agreed with me is Bergman. Had we had the jury,
the
of
entire
LZ,
jury.
no,
The entire jury. You would have been.
LZ Barrett Cohen would have stopped all that.
So let me ask you.
So you got what you got? You got a favorable judge, my friend.
Exactly. So tell me what I have to do do I have to take a picture of the scoreboard at the end of the Kings game so you know the
you're
state?
on the honor system.
Yeah.
I'll believe
No.
You know what's so,
no, there's no honor
you know
here.
what's so crazy, Mace? So we're sitting watching the game, right? It's like 90 seconds left, less than 2 minutes, right?
Yep.
Still, not
Yeah,
settled
not
yet.
done yet.
Not
Dicey.
done yet.
A little dicey.
The couple next to us.
Yeah.
Very, very nice couple.
Now, which game is this? Last night, the
Last
Laker
night
game?
game.
Okay.
They get up. I'm like, oh, they're stretching. They start walking. Oh, they're moving their parts. They're leaving.
Yeah.
With like 90 seconds left to
Well,
a
at that
game
point,
that has not
yeah.
been decided.
Oh,
And
LZ.
so I'm staring at them. I'm like going, what is happening here? Fast forward. End of the game. I'm waiting for the car. It's like 45 minutes. I'm going,
That's why they
that's
did
why
it.
they did it.
Yeah.
I'm still glad I stayed, though.
See, I think, like, for example, I think there's a pretty good chance Sedano will leave early.
No.
Because he's got a
Will
million
you leave
things
early
going on.
Tonight?
Yeah. So
The Kings game, maybe. If it's like a complete
If it's a blowout.
But
Like
he
if it's
would
like
never-
4-0.
He would never say,
but
I'm
my
staying
rule-
for the whole game.
I
no
would
matter what."
not. And my rule, as I told Cappy yesterday when we talked about it on Crosstalk, when he left the Kings game at 4-0,
Yep.
I said, you got to stay at least for like the first 5 to 7 minutes or whatever of the
Of the
third
third
period.
period, right.
And then you can, if it's still 4-0, chances are they're not going to score in 13. They're not going to score 5 goals in 13 minutes.
Right.
That's right. But Mace, just to be clear, the answer is yes. You do need to have documentation photographic documentation, and here's why.
Yes.
Well, I know, Mace, I know it
Little
upsets
timestamp.
you, but hold on a second. I know
Yes.
you get upset, but let me explain.
Yeah. I'm not
Thing is-
upset, by the way.
No,
Go
the
ahead.
way you put your hands up, like what? I have to explain this to you? Listen, let me just explain it. You ready?
Yeah, ready.
I took so much shame yesterday.
Why?
George busted my freaking Bulls. Mike Trudell beat up on me. My son killed me for leaving at 4-0.
Oh,
I
the
stayed
Kings
until
game, yeah.
I stayed until
you
the last
deserve
second.
that.
So I did deserve it. So I stayed till the last second last night. The game
Well,
ended.
and the worst part was you were literally staying across the street.
Right. You
It's not
got
like
to
you were
the-
going
Yo,
home.
By the way, Cappy, what I didn't
that
understand
does
is
compound it and
when
make
you
it
saw
worse.
Edmonton coming back, why didn't you just walk back across the street and go in for the end?
Because at that point I was already naked and laying in bed. All right. But here's the thing. That disgusted you, didn't it, LZ?
Well, it depends. Was there anybody with you in that
We all-
bed?
we all-
You do have slightly less visceral fat these days.
Right. But Mace,
You guys are the only show that talks about visceral fat, and I love that.
I'm here to just tell you this. I took a video last night when the game was over proving that I was still there. And LZ, you're 1,000% right. I understand that leaving Crypto.com is not like leaving Dodger Stadium. I get it. But let me tell you something. By the
Dodger
time I
Stadium,
got to the car and got in the car and then dealt with the traffic and dodged people who were walking through the streets, bro, it took me forever to get out of there last night. So I understand why people left early. And since I took so much heat yesterday,
Yeah.
I'm ratting out Clinton Yates right now.
Why?
He left early. He left the game last night
Oh,
early.
my
Did he?
God.
That's right.
Oh,
Why
this
is he
is it.
catching strays?
What?
Just 'cause,
Listen,
I mean, I caught so many strays
kiddos,
myself
come
yesterday.
on.
Yeah.
You can't leave the game early.
You always leave
He does a
early.
radio show at 7 in the morning.
So-
There's
Yeah, that was acceptable.
So,
That was
so
acceptable.
LZ,
Well,
let
we
me,
used to do one at 6,
I was
and we
going to
would
say,
still go.
you're still there.
Yeah.
And we've
So
gone to
Clinton let
games
me off the hook.
together.
So
Clinton
LZ
told me I was off the hook. He goes, you know what, Cap? He goes, 4-0. He goes, a lot of people leave at 4-0. So Clinton let me off the hook. I'm letting Clinton off the hook.
So Cappy's in the suite watching
While
the
calling
game,
him out.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I go to the suite and watch the games, and you're really you've been to the suites. You know
Yeah, you
that
can't see the game.
it's hard to see.
I'm
the
in
game.
seats tonight.
You're in. I'm in seats also tonight for the Kings game. That's different than being in.
I
the
may
suite.
go pop up to the suite for a little bit. Maybe like second period in the suite. Say hello.
Say
Sometimes
hello
you gotta
and
pop up and
everything,
show
yeah.
Negroes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
First period in the seats. Third period in the seats.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the way to go.
But for me, LZ, I have got this set up in my house. I just want to describe this.
Is
I've
this
got
not the tree again?
This is not the tree.
Okay.
This is. I've got this gigantic big screen TV,
Yeah.
and I've got this massage chair that is pointed directly at the screen.
And this chair LZ is like having a person work on you. We bought him.
Oh.
We got him in a package deal, so I have one and he has one. I'm not kidding. It feels like you got 10 people
No,
working on
it's-
you.
it's
You can
unbelievable.
attack any part of your body by pushing a
It's
button.
like being at the Abbey.
How much was this
Yeah.
chair?
Oh, there you
Okay,
go. It's
so
the Pink
George,
Pony Club.
That's the question. These chairs retailed. I don't know if anybody pays retail, but retailed for about just under 13 grand a piece.
Wow.
LZ, they sold us 2 of them. Okay, 2 of those chairs for just under 10.
Yeah, but in the meantime, that could have been a multi-million-dollar horse that you guys could have owned.
It could have been.
I'd rather have the chair than the
Yeah.
horse.
And
And the
so-
horse costs you money
So
once
LZ,
you buy it.
I'm highly incentivized.
You
to-
have a horse
to-
that won $1 million in
the
like
horse-
Abu Dhabi, and you only got like $2,000 out of it.
That is true.
Is that
But
all
these-
you got?
Well, I mean, by the time you get done paying the jockey and the trainer, and then you take our percentage and then you divide it amongst our group,
Yeah,
it
right.
doesn't turn
Then
out
that's
to very
all
much
that's left.
money.
Yeah, and then all the taxes.
So
Is that why they traded Luca?
Yes. So I've got the opportunity to go home, sit in the massage chair, have the game coming out of these Bluetooth speakers right by my ears, and watch the game. It's like
Are you watching with like an Oculus too?
It's very, very hard
All right,
to
so-
stay away from that experience.
All right, so here's the question.
Yes.
Especially when you're like probably on at least 10 to 15 milligrams of
Oh,
gummies.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, 20 milligrams.
Yeah.
minimum.
I'm
You're
not.
low.
I'm not
I
a
go to
30 guy. I'll
games
tell you that.
Because I like seeing what's not on television.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah. Oh,
seeing
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's the only reason why I
That's
love going
it.
to games. That's including the fan experience. Like you can't feel the fan experience. You have to actually be there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if it's a game that I actually don't care about the other things,
Yeah.
like seeing how the coaches interact and players, then yeah, I'm good with just watching it from home because that means I'm just focused on results.
And the home experience is so much better than it was,
Yeah,
even 10 years
absolutely.
ago, 5 years
Absolutely.
ago.
Right.
You know?
I mean, you get replays, you get all this stuff on TV that you don't get. But Cappy, I salute you for attempting to stay for the whole Kings game.
Well, I didn't really attempt. I mean, but
that's
hey,
true. You
how about
didn't
this?
attempt.
You ready?
Yeah.
Salute me for this.
Okay.
Salute me for having terrible FOMO tonight for not going to the Kings game.
It is
so
going
what
to
are you
be fun.
doing tonight?
Well, we got to do that show. We got to do a show.
You're doing the Rams show
The
tomorrow,
Rams
right?
out in Van Nuys. They're at a fire
Yeah.
department in Van Nuys, which is awesome.
Thursday
for
and
them to do
Friday.
it.
awesome.
Thursday for me, Friday and Thursday and Friday for Cappy, and then so we're going to be there. So I get it. He wanted to go home. I thought about doing the show from home today, but I'm going to the Kings game, so I'm like, I might as well just go.
I got a
now.
text from Demoff says Kaplan better be on his best behavior tomorrow at the
Well,
draft
remember
house.
he did have that one time at that
where he
mansion
took his
where he was,
picture,
yeah, like in the nude.
In the nude with the Super Bowl trophy.
Moreover, here's the issue.
That's a nice
That-
word, by the way. Doesn't get whipped out often.
No, it does not.
Moreover.
Yeah.
Moreover.
The issue is this, that in years past, when we've gone and done these Rams broadcasts for the draft, we're not really in the war room.
Right.
You know?
No. Right. No.
But this year, because of the way the Rams have set this whole thing up, this is not necessarily a fan experience.
No, at all.
So the scouts and the coaches and the draft board and everything is like 10 feet from where we're going to be broadcasting. We're literally in it.
2 years ago, when we were at the place in Hollywood or whatever, they were doing it from there, if I recall correctly. And
Right,
then
but you and I were outside,
Right, we
and
were
they were
outside
on the inside.
Yeah. But last year they were not. They were at a house in Hermosa down the street from us, and we were on the boardwalk with the fans where they had that
Gotcha.
really cool field set up there on the sand, which was awesome. So that was fun too. But if Demoff is still listening, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
No, he's right. I have to be on my best behavior
do.
because I don't want to interrupt the draft process.
No, not at all.
We
I
can
got
get
a
tight
question
end, right?
for LZ.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so take the money part out of it.
Why?
Do you miss?
Yeah, why? It's a good question.
answer.
Yeah.
Do you
Good question.
miss doing a daily radio show? In other words, having to be on every day. You still have a million jobs like you always do.
I can't wait to hear this.
The radio part of it, like Mason and I have been doing this for so long. I have no idea when we stop if I'm going to be incredibly relieved or incredibly bored. You did a radio show for a lot of years every day, Monday through Friday.
Probably both, I would say.
Do you miss it?
I miss the people.
But you don't miss the show.
I miss the people. And if you're focused in on the friendships and the people, you don't notice the show.
Right.
So my thing is, I do have a lot of jobs I used to. I'm learning how to slow down. I actually
Good.
I got a doctor's
Can
report
you
that told
teach-
me I needed to slow
Can
down.
you teach
So-
me, please? Yeah.
Go
thank
see
you.
my doctor. Dr. Asia was like going, well, according to this, you're not going to have too many more doctor visits. Anyway, I would say that if you are finding yourself struggling to get to the microphone, that's work.
Right.
When you're looking forward to talking to your friends, that's a blessing. And so working here, for the most part, was a blessing. Because I didn't really
good
notice.
answer.
I didn't really notice. I mean, like, even at 6 o'clock in the morning, like, when we had our radio show for like 3-4 hours, it's just the four of us drinking and talking and having a great time.
I mean, literally one time we're drinking.
We were literally like,
Nice.
like
Nice.
So I mean, like, I don't know if I wasn't with people that I cared about, if I would want to be there every day.
Yeah.
But if you care about people, and this is like a
You know,
family here,
what's
then yeah.
interesting about that answer is when you talk to guys about that have retired and you say, what do you miss the most? It's not, I miss the games.
Camaraderie?
It's not, it's the locker room. Yeah,
Right.
it's the,
It's the
yeah.
friend. Like,
Similar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same
Absolutely.
thing.
But
Too
but,
blessed to be stressed. You tell him, LZ.
but I will say this: the money helped.
It is a factor.
It is a factor. It is a factor.
Yes.
You ain't come from no Chile, what you come from?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good question, though, Johnny. I honestly, because like a buddy of mine called me today, and he said, hey, on June 7th, we're going to go see this horse race at Saratoga. You got to be there. And I went, well, I can't because on June 6th, I've got this remote broadcast that I'm doing. So, like, you know, there is a time.
Where on June 6th?
June 6th, I believe.
Not here,
it's-
not us, right?
Yeah, no, us. It's just that it's, I don't think we've, like, really put it out yet, but it's calendared.
Yeah, by the way, I hear Saratoga's just beautiful, like
That's
a
what I
really
would
cool
like to
place.
do. Yeah, I'd like to go see it. So, but that, so
NBA
on one
finals are going
hand, it's like, you know, I'm kind of with
That
LZ.
don't be me.
You're with LZ.
No, I'm with LZ. You love the people, you love the camaraderie, you love the locker room. But there are certain times where you're like, man, I just wish I had just an ounce
Right.
more flexibility.
It's like that
June
movie-
6th, by the way, Emily Hebel's birthday.
Oh,
it's on my
happy
calendar.
birthday.
There you
Happy
go.
birthday, Emily.
It's like that movie Multiplicity when Michael Keaton makes 3 copies of himself so he can do all the
Yeah.
things he wants to do in his life. That's what I need. I
Oh,
need
that
three
would be
copies.
great.
We do this for the people.
For the people. For the people.
For the people.
And honestly, this is the reason why whenever people come for Bronny, this is why I step in. It has nothing to do with basketball. It's everything to do with father and son time.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
yeah.
like his entire family life.
You guys are gonna
Didn't happen
You guys are gonna think I'm
with them.
crazy. I know that Bronny is not the best player in the NBA. I think Bronny's gonna have a 10-year NBA career.
He's going to be Avery Bradley,
Yeah.
which is not a bad career
No,
to
that's a
have.
good thing.
That's
Yeah.
a very good thing.
I think Bronny is.
He's dark skinned though. Can we find somebody more?
You want to find
dark
somebody
skin?
Yeah, like what about what was the
his ceiling is Lou Dort.
What was the
You're
co-
saying
That's the
Avery's
ceiling.
too light?
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do correlations, how about what was the Avery Johnson?
I was talking about his game, but okay.
Okay, fine.
I
Well,
think
if you want to make it about
right.
that, fine.
He's right. He's right. We always compare white receivers to other white receivers.
Well,
you
it
know
was
what I
funny.
mean?
On Around the Horn the other day, they asked me to make a comp for Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
And it was me and Jay Adonde in the final round. And Jay Adonde's like, Keith Van Horn. I'm like, Jason
Keith Van Horn?
And I'm like, no, Jason Tatum is more what I see.
I'm thinking Tom Chambers.
I got the comp for Cooper Flagg.
I'm thinking Tom Chambers.
All right, I got the comp for Cooper Flagg.
Who?
He's Lamar Odom.
No.
He can think about it.
He doesn't have
can
the handle Lamar did.
Yeah, he does. Have you seen him?
No, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he does all the things. Lamar may have had a little more handle, a little more shake, but Cooper does all the things. Lamar, he rebounds, he can shoot from the outside.
They're very similar size-wise.
He scores.
Yeah.
They can defend all 5 positions. I think that's the comp.
Yeah, I wanted to get this. You guys are going to be at the draft tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Rams are.
You guys are the only ones here.
Yeah, we're here. Rams are.
Well,
picking
John's
it.
not. Who's in for John tomorrow?
I think it's Andy and Bergman.
Oh.
Andy and Bergman together. So
2 for 1.
what the Rams? Here's what the Rams are going to
flying to
do
Minnesota.
tomorrow
No,
night
Steve.
at 26.